For you. Level up with the brand new AAA Buckeyes MVP membership. You'll receive all the benefits of AAA, such as 24/7 roadside assistance, plus chances to win tickets to Ohio State sporting events, access to exclusive MVP experiences, along with 10% off select gear at the Ohio State team shop. Already a AAA member? Add the Buckeyes MVP membership for free. Head to AAA.com/Buckeyes to upgrade or join the squad and put your fandom in drive.
Donato's is bringing you huge savings on a large pizza. For a limited time, get any large one-topping Donato's pizza for just $10.99 when you order online and pick it up. That's right, just $10.99. I'm going with that pepperoni, but hey, you pick your favorite topping. Then pick up your large one-topping pizza for just $10.99 when you order online using promo code PICKUP. That's promo code PICKUP. Pick up your Donato's and save today.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. This is the AEP Energy Buckeye pregame show on the Ohio State Sports Network. Presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Join Coach Ryan Day and experts from across Buckeye Nation to preview every matchup and break down each week's game. Game Time with Ryan Day, presented by Huntington Bank, airs Saturday mornings at 9 on 10 TV in Columbus and is available at ohiostatebuckeyes.com. A familiar face will be on the opposing sideline in Rutgers head coach Greg Schiano. His team comes in after a win over Maryland thanks to a 200-yard rushing game from Coach Schiano's lead tailback, Antoine Raymond.
Antoine is certainly a very, very talented guy, right? So that's first and foremost. I think he had a great opportunity to come here and have people mentor him, right? You know, you don't always walk into a meeting room and a position room that is kind of staffed and has a veteran player like that. So I think, but really it's his talent and his want to, right? Like you could walk into that room and if you're not mature enough or you're not hungry enough, the opportunity could just pass right by you. But that certainly wasn't the case with Antoine. I mean, he was chomping at the bit. And if you remember, he and Benji come the Minnesota game last year. They really stepped up, and then in the bowl game again. So in the games that Kyle didn't play.
And in looking at how Ohio State is playing, Coach Schiano says it's quite different from when he was on the Buckeye staff.
You know, it used to be, and I remember when I was there, it was run as many plays as you can, fast. Now that's NFL. They're huddle. You know, they're averaging about snapping the ball with about 11 and a half, 12 seconds on the play clock. That's a different approach, and I get it, right? When you're playing as many games as they are every year, you need to make sure that you don't have an unlimited number of plays. Every time you have a play, there's an opportunity for someone to make a play, but it's also an opportunity for someone to get injured. So I think a really, really smart programmatic change that they've made, but we'll see.
And Coach Schiano also offers his praise on how well he sees the Buckeyes defense play.
They're very, very talented. They are really well coached. So they execute very well. Matt Patricia has done a magnificent job. You can see his fingerprints all over it. I've known Matt for a long time, and it doesn't surprise me one bit. You know, they have a very good coaching staff that is coaching very good players very well. So when you add all that up, it adds up to a very good defense.
Certainly, Jim, Rutgers, their offense has been good under Coach Schiano. The defense, not so much.
You know, and traditionally, they've always kind of been the opposite, where they've had a really good defense and the offense has struggled. But this year, their quarterback, Kaliak-Manis, has really stepped up and played well. Kurt Soraka, the offensive coordinator, they both worked together at Minnesota, so there's some familiarity there. Then, as you mentioned in an interview, Antoine Raymond has been fantastic for the Scarlet Knights this year, averaging 5 yards per carry. 11 TDs on the year. You know, of course, he's a workhorse. 2 weeks ago against Maryland with 41 carries and 240 yards, but that's not it. KJ Duff is very good. Ian Strong is very good. And Coach Schiano will get this thing turned around. You know, they're one away. They got 5 wins, one away from being bowl eligible. They got Ohio State this week, Penn State next week, so they're going to fight tooth and nail to find a way to get to a bowl and keep it, you know, get a little streak that they've had gone. He's 99 and 106 in his 17th year. And it's very family-oriented, Paul. His sons John, Joe, and Matt all work for Coach Schiano and underneath him with the Rutgers football program.
From down on the field, Dom Tiberi, we know from Greg Schiano's past, you have to be eyeing for trick plays.
He will try anything. Special teams, and talking to Coach Day this week, he said they need to expect the unexpected, and it happens when they play these guys. The field is coming to life. Coach Day just came out on the field. We're waiting on the team to come out. Mickey Marotti, and you feel the energy as they're now taking the field. And boy, I'll tell you what, nothing like a beautiful day in November to play Buckeye football.
Coming up next on our AEP Energy Buckeye pregame show, we'll hear from Coach Ryan Day on the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong. You are fearless. You are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Hi, this is Paul Keels. This Buckeye season, don't let a broken windshield ruin your game plan. Safelite Auto Glass makes it easy to get your windshield fixed with their mobile glass shops all over Central Ohio. They can come to you anywhere, giving Buckeye fans more time for game time. OH? Man, I love that. Schedule at safelite.com. Safelite Auto Glass is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
Now, the officials have been talking for quite some time.
Alrighty, let's see what they have to say.
Upon further review, there is no penalty on the play. However, we have conferred and discovered that Bob, the line judge, has saved a boatload for his kids' college using Ohio's 529 plan. It is tax-free, accepted nationwide. Bob recommends we all go to collegeadvantage.com. First down.
Well, that's not entirely unexpected.
Classic Bob.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Buckeye football lives here. The Fan. It's time for our pregame conversation with head coach Ryan Day, presented by Kroger on the Ohio State Sports Network.
Ohio State at home with Rutgers. Time to talk with head coach Ryan Day. When you think of the UCLA game, scoring in your first 5 possessions, is that kind of the definition of a fast start you want for every game?
Yeah, I mean, we want touchdowns, but scoring's good. And like you said, it's about efficiency, and we want to start fast in any game. And it'll be the same thing here in this one. You know, we gotta get off to a fast start. You know, we know what they want to get done, and you know, this is a team that, you know, if they can get up on you, it can be hard to come from behind on them. So we got to get out in front of them and put them on their heels.
When you look at what the running game did last week, 3 running backs averaging over 7 yards, is sharing the wealth kind of a part of why they were able to do as well as they did?
But yeah, they've been fresh all year. That part's been good. And every time they carry the ball, they're getting more confident in what they're doing. They're seeing the holes better. They're, you know, in phase with the offensive line. They're making guys miss. They're running physical through contact. So all that stuff adds up, and we need them all. It's kind of been running back by committee. I think Bo's kind of led the way on this, but you're seeing the other guys, you know, do their part. So we need them all. But it all starts with taking care of the football, and can't forget about that.
When you think about the number of people now contributing at the wide receiver group, is that something that's helped expand the threats that you can put out there on the edge?
Well, I think it has to be. And these guys came in for a reason. They came here to play, and you know they've got to now take this as an opportunity and go. And that's what life's all about, opportunity. And here we go. Great chance for these guys to step up. We saw some of that happen last Saturday. Now we got to see it again this one.
Okay, we'll talk more when we continue on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
AEP Energy wants to know if you're ready to say goodbye to higher rates and hello to savings. Get your energy costs under control by locking in a fixed rate for your electricity supply. You'll lower your bills and get price protection from rising rates. Take control and lock in a low fixed rate. Visit aepenergy.com/OSU to get started. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. AEP Energy is a competitive retail electrical and natural gas service provider and affiliate of Ohio Power Company, AEP Ohio. AEP Energy is not soliciting on behalf of and is not an agent of AEP Ohio.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a Buckeye, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. one love. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Toyotathon is on, and there's no better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota. Now through December 1st, get 4.75 APR financing on any remaining new 25 RAV4 or RAV4 Hybrid. Or lease a new gas-powered RAV4 LE for $289 a month for 39 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Buckeye football lives here. The Fan. Now back to the AEP Energy Buckeye pregame show on the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Ohio State at home with Rutgers. Coach Day's comments is always brought to you by Kroger. Controlling the time of possession the way your team has, how have you seen how that's helped keep the defense fresh?
Just the number of plays overall. I think our defense, has played. Maybe in the last 2 games, a lot of the guys have been in like the, I think 50s in the last 2 plays. So you're talking about, maybe 30 plays a game for some of these guys, which allows them to play fresh, and you're seeing that. And a big part of that is the 3 and outs that they get, and being efficient. So, when we keep first downs going and we keep the drives moving and eat up the clock, it's great. But when the defense gets the stops they do, and it's a quick get the ball right back, that's what you're looking for. So, hopefully that's going to pay off here down the stretch. We're counting on it to be fresh, to our guys to be fresh, and so we'll continue to look at that and make sure that it helps us schematically within the game. But certainly on the long term, it's made an impact when you look at the number of plays.
You look at how well your defense has played against the rush. Can you talk about how significant that execution on all 3 levels is part of that?
Well, yeah, it starts with the guys up front, and they have to knock back the line of scrimmage. They got to get their hands on people and build a wall. And when you see guys like Caden and Edric and Taiwan getting off of blocks and making plays at the first level for TFLs, that's when you're really doing a good job. But then there's the second level, that's the linebackers, and they have to be gap sound and figure out how they fit into the run. And based on the run scheme, they got to go sideline to sideline and mirror the back and figure out how that works, and then be sure tacklers and knock back, the ball carrier once there's contact made. Then the third level is the support when they come from the back end. And sometimes, if you're a linebacker, you need to, if there's an insert, you have to spill or turn that defender into the support player. When it gets to the support player, we got to get it on the ground. We got to be physical. You've seen when that's happened. We hope it doesn't get to the third level, but when it does, you got to get it on the ground and go play the next snap. So that's why the run fits on all 3 levels are critical to stopping the run.
At that third level, how well has Jalen McClain played this year in taking his role?
I think he's been excellent. I think he's getting better every week. You see him play with more and more confidence. I think he and Caleb work really well together in terms of their communication. You can tell Jalen puts a lot of work in, man. When he's out there, he knows what he's doing. He's moving quick. And when you can anticipate, like he's doing right now, he's going to be playing at his best. And we need that here, obviously, in November.
Okay, we have some final comments when we continue on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield. The 2026 Buckeye Cruise for Cancer sets sail on the Silver Sea Silver Ray. It's an intimate ship with an even better experience. It's all-inclusive of beverages, shore excursions, taxes, and gratuities. Sail to bucket list ports like the Grand Turk, St. Martin, and St. Thomas, with Buckeye greats including Ryan Day, Bobby Carpenter, A.J. Hawk, the Boren Brothers, Ezekiel Elliott, Ryan Shazier, and more. Sailing from Fort Lauderdale, February 17th through the 24th. Call 614-792-6204 to book today.
Hey, Ohio State fans, are you looking to score big with your home equity? Union Home Mortgage will help you unlock the value of your home and fund the promises you've made to yourself and your family. If you need to pay off debt, have home improvements, or whatever your family needs are, visit UHM.com and score financial freedom with Union Home Mortgage, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Union Home Mortgage Corp. is an equal housing opportunity lender and MLS number 2229.
When it comes to your cancer diagnosis, the choice for your care is clear.
And when you choose the James at Ohio State,
you're opting for care from a highly specialized team dedicated to treating one type of cancer, yours.
A team that studies the unique makeup of your disease to develop a personalized treatment plan.
You're choosing our region's only comprehensive cancer center designated by the National Cancer Institute.
For your cancer care, the choice is clear. The James at Ohio State.
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think of calling for a ride, but
Nah, you live nearby. What's the worst that could happen? You get pulled over, your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone. The results of driving drunk are tragic. That's why law enforcement is out there looking for impaired drivers to save lives. So if you think you're okay to drive after a few drinks, think again. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
The Fan. Ohio sports destination. This is the AEP Energy Buckeye pregame show on the Ohio State Sports Network. Presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Coach Dave's comments presented by Kroger's. Ohio State hosts Rutgers today. Can you begin to describe to people listening the kind of a lift that a kickoff return for a touchdown can give a team like you had last week?
Well, you saw the sideline, you saw the stadium, that spoke for itself. But within the program, it just gives credibility to the work that gets put in, and then you see the result on the field, and we celebrate that as a team. And great to see those guys getting recognized, and all the guys that were on that unit took everybody on the field to do their job. And we've all seen kick returns where one guy misses his block, and it's like, well, if he had just done that, well, it doesn't work that way. It's not. It's not one of those, we can just do it a little bit. Everyone's got to do their part, especially for a guy who, really was untouched the whole way. Now, he poured it on and he was rolling. I mean, I don't know what the GPS numbers said, but he was flying. So and there was conviction with him coming out. I mean, he knew he wanted to score a touchdown on that field return, and he did it. But yeah, a lot of great efforts on that play, a lot of great execution. I thought Nate did a great job scheming it up, and so now you realize that can be a weapon, and so we need that to be a different differentiator in these matchup games where we get these special teams opportunities, like we had the fake punt in the game that turned into 3 points, and then so that's 10 points right there by special teams, man. That can be huge, and you're getting a challenge right here against Rutgers. I mean, they're going to come at you on special teams. Everything starts in their program with that, so another great challenge for us with an opportunity for us to get better.
Last home game and a farewell to seniors. What kind of emotions does that all involve, Ryan?
It just makes you realize how quickly it goes. Everybody always says that, but it's true. I think all Buckeye fans can appreciate the guys that'll be walking out of that tunnel for the last time. They're champions, not only on the field but off the field, and what they've done. I think they're young men that we all can be proud of in the way that they've wore the Block O. The way they handle themselves on and off the field is indicative of our culture and what we expect. And so when you see guys who have poured it all on the line for the program and for the Buckeyes, it's a good opportunity to thank them and let them know how much we appreciate everything they've done. For them, it'll be emotional. I try to make sure that they recognize it each week so it isn't overly emotional so they can go play the game. But we're all human, and I'm proud of these guys and what they've done, and I know they still have a lot of football left in them.
Sounds good. Thanks, Ryan. All the best today.
All right, thanks, Paul.
That's Ohio State coach Ryan Day, and his comments were presented by Kroger. Kroger Pickup is the easy way to get what you want right when you need it. Try Kroger Pickup today in the Kroger app or at Kroger.com. This is the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
The future of recycling is now at Rumpke Waste and Recycling. The recycling leader has opened North America's largest, most technologically advanced recycling center right here in Central Ohio. This one-of-a-kind facility features interactive displays, educational opportunities, and the ability to process over 60 tons of recycled material per hour. Rumpke is committed to recycling and sustainability efforts, and for more than 90 years, Rumpke has worked to make sure the items you place in your recycling bin get used again. Visit Rumpke.com to learn how you can team with Rumpke to put less trash in our landfills and more of it to good use.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
AgPro has been family-owned and operated for over 64 years. We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
The Fan. Ohio sports destination. This is the AEP Energy Buckeye pregame show on the Ohio State Sports Network. Presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
For every Buckeye touchdown scored this season, the Heartland Bank Community Foundation will make a donation to the USO of Central and Southern Ohio, benefiting our active duty military personnel and their families. For more information or to support our troops, go to usocso.org and be the force behind the forces. Ohio State at home with Rutgers, and going into today's game, there's more of a guess that Ohio State will continue their emphasis on the run game. Tight end Will Kazmarek feels like they are making the kind of progress they need to.
Because in practice, like, you can just tell, like, we're operating as a unit now, and I think we just have a lot more confidence. We all believe in each other and just know that we're going to get the job done. So I think just the confidence overall.
And Kazmarek also says while some may be thinking about the big game that lies ahead next week, their focus is on what they have to do today against Rutgers.
We're treating it like any other week. I haven't changed anything in my routine. I don't think I'm going to change it in the future. So I think we're just taking it game by game, and we'll cross that road when it gets there.
And as they prepare for the final home game of the regular season, senior Carson Hinsman, still undecided on his plans, speaks on what this group of players have endured as Buckeyes.
Our class, or what's left of it, has gone through, a little bit of adversity and stuff like that. So, just to be remembered as, great class, gave everything they had to the program. Hopefully walk with us, some hardware of our own will be special. Just be remembered as, a God-fearing class.
And certainly, Jim, we saw Ohio State major on the run last week. It's a guess that they'll try and do it again today.
Yeah, looking at this Rutgers defense, giving up 196 yards per game, 425 total. It's a little bit more leaning towards the run. So, Ohio State had success last week running with their young backs, Bo Jackson, Isaiah West, and then James Peoples, a sophomore. C.J. Donaldson's back, so he'll get some carries, too.
Down on the field, Dom Taberry, knowing that Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate are not going to play, who'd you see working with the first team as receivers, Dom?
Well, you got Brandon Ennis, who had a big week last week, and I expect to see the same. Bryson Rogers was down there and nosing around. They said they're not sure how they're going to play it. They said it'll depend on what Coach Schiano puts out there defensively.
Today's broadcast presented by Huntington Bank. Coming up next, we'll take a look at how Ohio State's defense matches the Rutgers offense as our AEP Energy Buckeye pregame show continues on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Spectrum is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Wherever Buckeye fans gather, from the shoe to living rooms and watch parties across the country, Spectrum brings the game to you. Every snap, every score, every Saturday. From the season opener to cold weather conference showdowns, from Big Ten battles to the game versus that team up north. This is more than football. It's tradition powered by Spectrum, connecting us all. Go Bucks!
The 2026 Buckeye Cruise for Cancer sets sail on the Silver Sea Silver Ray. It's an intimate ship with an even better experience. It's all-inclusive of beverages, shore excursions, taxes, and gratuities. Sail to bucket list ports like the Grand Turk, St. Martin, and St. Thomas, with Buckeye greats including Ryan Day, Bobby Carpenter, A.J. Hawk, the Boren Brothers, Ezekiel Elliott, Ryan Shazier, and more. Sailing from Fort Lauderdale, February 17th through the 24th. Call 614-792-6204 to book today.
Hey, Ohio State fans, are you looking to score big with your home equity? Union Home Mortgage will help you unlock the value of your home and fund the promises you've made to yourself and your family. If you need to pay off debt, have home improvements, or whatever your family needs are, visit UHM.com and score financial freedom with Union Home Mortgage, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Union Home Mortgage Corp. is an equal housing opportunity lender and MLS number 2229.
Buckeye Nation, the game's on fire. Whether you're in the stadium or on the couch, make sure Buckeye Vodka, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, is in your lineup. Distilled for a smooth finish, it's the perfect play for any game day. Grab yours and please enjoy responsibly. And be sure to follow them on social media at Buckeye Vodka. That's at Buckeye Vodka, 21 and over.
Your home for Ohio State Athletics, The Fan. Now back to the AEP Energy Buckeye pregame show on the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Buckeye fans, AEP Energy is redefining the game with renewable energy plans for your home or business. Visit aepenergy.com/OSU to get started. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Buckeyes home with Rutgers today, and it provides another opportunity for Ohio State's defense to continue their strong showing. Linebacker Sonny Styles says the influence of defensive coordinator Matt Patricia has been gigantic.
I think he's a wonderful teacher of the game. So I think it's bigger than scheme. He's able to help us understand football in general. And, the way he's teaching the scheme and, understanding concepts and stuff like that, we're able to adapt it and, do a lot of different variations because we understand all the different concepts.
And all of the elements of today's game bring delight for players like defensive end Caden Curry, just all that's involved in succeeding at this level.
When you come to college, I feel like you already have it figured out. You know what's going to happen, how it's going to happen. And then when you actually get the realization of how hard it is here, definitely being at this, top tier place. It's so much work that's actually be put in, not just kind of just showing up and it'll happen. So, definitely being able to kind of go through that grind factor, I feel like it's changed me and kind of showed me that, good stuff doesn't come easy. And it's definitely just turned me to the player I am today.
And certainly, Jim, stopping the run has been high on the list for Ohio State's defense. They'll need to do that again today.
Well, they're really, high in the country right now doing that. 81 yards per game. That's one of the best, in the nation. So that's going to have to continue against, Scarlet Knight offense that has 5 seniors on their offensive line. And last game out, they had a back, Antoine Raymond, that rushed for 240 yards. That gives them 143 yards per game. So even with that big game, they're still at 140. But Ohio State's going to have to find a way to stop them. And be careful of the play action because they have some receivers out wide that can make some plays down the field.
Down on the field, Dom Taberry. What was it like watching the seniors come out and greet their parents in the Senior Day ceremonies, Dom?
Emotional. I specifically watched as Lorenzo Styles Sr. and his wife welcomed Sonny and Lorenzo Jr. and big hugs. And, it's a tough day. It's an exciting day. It just seems like yesterday these kids were coming in here and it flies by. Jim Lachey knows all too well. But, it's emotional. But hopefully this team's got a lot more to go, and hopefully they'll be raising another national title at the end of it all.
Our keys to the game brought to you by DirecTV, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Stream the Buckeyes satellite free on DirecTV. Visit DirecTV.com today to learn more, Jim.
Stop the run is my number one key. We talked about it there. They got a great back that can run the football, and that's what they'll want to do to stay ahead of the chains and slow the game down a little bit. They'll run the football and mix in a little play action. Number 2, create some turnovers. It's been a while since Ohio State's had the ability to create some of those turnovers, and finally start fast.
And now the national anthem. We are getting closer to the opening kickoff for today's game between the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. The AEP Energy Buckeye pregame show has been brought to you statewide by Ncaaf Insurance on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
And brought to you locally by State Farm, your Central Ohio Toyota dealers, and by the Diamond Cellar. On your home of the Buckeyes, live and local weekdays beginning at 6 a.m. with T-Bone and Tybus on the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Buckeye fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, beer.
This is Paul Keels for RV Wholesalers. Peace of mind, that's what you get when purchasing your next RV from RV Wholesalers. With every new RV purchase, Ohio residents receive the exclusive Buckeyes Service Guarantee. If your RV is in the shop, RV Wholesalers will give you a free loaner. Also with a Buckeyes Service Guarantee, you'll receive free delivery in the state of Ohio and 3-day RV exchange. That's the exclusive Buckeyes Service Guarantee. Only at RV Wholesalers in Lakeview, Mansfield, Delaware, and RVW.com. RV Wholesalers, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. The 2026 Buckeye Cruise for Cancer sets sail on the Silver Sea Silver Ray. It's an intimate ship with an even better experience. It's all-inclusive of beverages, shore excursions, taxes, and gratuities. Sail to bucket list ports like the Grand Turk, St. Martin, and St. Thomas, with Buckeye greats including Ryan Day, Bobby Carpenter, A.J. Hawk, the Boren Brothers, Ezekiel Elliott, Ryan Shazier, and more. Sailing from Fort Lauderdale, February 17th through the 24th. Call 614-792-6204 to book today.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, two-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Ncaaf Insurance is prepared for what's next and protects what matters most to you. With independent insurance agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Ncaaf Insurance is an easy win for your peace of mind. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Ncaaf on your team. Visit Ncaaf.com today to find an agent near you.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
Horvath deep second, he is up. Ball goes to Horvath. Horvath fades back. There's a pass. Look out for this. It's a touchdown, Ohio. The ball is set down. Janowitz boots it. It is good. Janowitz makes the field goal. Ball goes to Hafford. He's through there. And he may go all the way. Look out for Richard. There he goes. Half along Cassidy. And it's Griffin coming up the middle. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5.
He might go all the way. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10, 5, end zone, touchdown, Eddie George.
Play right side, steps up and gets to the end zone. Troy Smith.
When you're used to somebody else leading, there's no one else to look. You have to be the guy who does it.
To the 20, and he's going to take it to the end zone for a touchdown. Jeremiah Smith.
It's going to take everybody on the roster to go win a championship.
To the 10, and into the end zone. Punt return touchdown for Caleb Downs.
In the plan to win, the number one thing is play great defense.
Gets the snap, waist high pressure right away, and he's grabbed and sacked. Sonny Styles dumps him right around the 17-yard line.
It's an opportunity to learn and grow and see, what it takes to win in the CFP.
The 9th national championship in Ohio State history. A team that got into the playoffs and they played angry and determined. And they give Ryan Day his first national championship.
From Learfield, this is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics. Buckeye football is brought to you statewide by Ncaaf Insurance and by the Ohio Kubota dealers on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield. And brought to you locally by State Farm, your Central Ohio Toyota dealers, and by the Diamond Cellar on your home of the Buckeyes. Live and local weekdays beginning at 6 a.m. with T-Bone and Tybus on the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Toyotathon is on, and there's no better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like the family-size Highlander and the bigger, more powerful Grand Highlander. Now through December 1st, you can get 4.75 APR financing on any remaining new 25 Highlander or Grand Highlander, including hybrid models, with approved credit through TFS. Plus, you get Toyota Care 2 years, no-cost maintenance. For complete details, go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
For over 37 years, Buckeye Nation has known Hyde Park Prime Steakhouse for serving the best steaks in the city. Our thick-cut, aged steaks are a staple in Columbus, with 3 locations in Upper Arlington, Dublin, and downtown. And just like the Buckeyes, we strive for excellence and an experience like no other. Hyde Park is proud to introduce the newly added wine room at our downtown Columbus location, where a new elegance in dining surrounds you, creating the ideal setting for any occasion or the perfect night out. Hyde Park is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Go Bucks!
Buckeye fans expect a certain standard. That's true of the food they share on game day too, which is why Giant Eagle is always part of the game plan. With fresh, high-quality food and everyday savings, it's easy to tailgate like a champ or feed the ravenous fans at home. For long touchdown runs and effortless grocery runs, Giant Eagle is here. Giant Eagle, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Your home for Ohio State athletics. The Fan.
Carmen, Ohio by the Ohio State Marching Band. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification of the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Always and forever your Ohio State flagship station.
WBNS-FM HD1 Columbus.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Today's starting lineups presented by the American Dairy Association Mideast. Chocolate milk has 8 grams of protein with the power to fuel everyone, including Ohio State quarterback Tavian St. Clair. He's built like a Buckeye, and you can be too. Learn more at ohiostatebuckeyes.com/built like a Buckeye. The Rutgers offense will be led by quarterback Ethan Kaliak-Menace, Antoine Raymond at tailback, receivers Ian Strong, DT Sheffield, and KJ Duff. Kenny Fletcher at tight end. On the offensive line, Gus Zielinskis at center, Kwabena Asamoah and Brian Feltner are the guards, Taj White and Tyler Needham the tackles. The Ohio State defense on the other side. On the line, Caden Curry, Edric Houston, Caden McDonald, and Kenyatta Jackson, Sonny Stiles, and Arvell Reese. The linebackers, Davison Igbenosin, Caleb Downs, Lorenzo Stiles, Jalen McClain, and Jermaine Matthews will be the safeties. The Ohio State offense will be led by quarterback Julian Sayin. The running back quartet will have James Peoples, C.J. Donaldson, Bo Jackson, and Isaiah West all getting turns. It would appear the starting wide receivers will be Bryson Rogers, Brandon Innes, and David Adolph. On the offensive line, Carson Hinchman at center, Luke Montgomery and Tegra Shabola at guards, Austin Sarabeld and Philip Daniels the tackles. The Rutgers defense on the line, Eric O'Neill, Keyshawn Griffin, Zaire Angoy, and Jordan Walker. Linebackers, Abram Wright and Dariel Jabaume. The defensive backs, Bo Masco, Jet Elad, Kodge Sanders, Jacoby Henderson, and Cam Miller. Those are our starting lineups. Coin toss and opening kick coming next. You're listening to the home of the Buckeyes.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Ncaaf Insurance and their local independent agents are prepared for what's next and protect what matters most to you. Whether that's your home, car, business, or family, Ncaaf's got your back with a policy that fits you perfectly. With local independent agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Ncaaf's playbook is an easy win for your peace of mind. You can trust their team of agents to develop a strategy that's just right for you. And it's not just X's and O's. Your expert agent will guide you and provide insurance solutions so you can confidently manage your risk and count on a financially secure future. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Ncaaf on your team. Visit Ncaaf.com today to find an agent near you. Ncaaf is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Go Bucks!
This week on Sports News, football's newest star ain't no rookie, it's DirecTV. They make it easy to find your pro and college teams across live TV and streaming apps so you never miss a moment. And with access to your game stats and scores in one place, it's good. DirecTV now includes ESPN Unlimited. Visit DirecTV.com today. DirecTV is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Included premium apps may vary. Internet-connected Gemini device and separate subscriptions required. New residential customers auto-renews monthly. Cancel anytime. Equipment lease required. Unreturned device fees apply. Credit card and restrictions apply.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Today's broadcast is presented by Huntington Bank, and welcome inside the Union Home Mortgage broadcast booth, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Learn about their 1% down payment program at UHM.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 2229. The home finale for top-ranked and unbeaten Ohio State, 10-0 and 7-0, hosting 5-5 Rutgers. The Scarlet Knights 2-5 in Big Ten play. These two teams have met 10 times previously. Ohio State has won all 10 games. The last time they played in 2023, the Buckeyes with a 35-16 win. That was the smallest margin of victory in the series. Translation, Ohio State's owned it, Jim.
Yeah, they have. Remember back in the Big Ten East?
Yes.
We got a chance to play them each and every year, and, obviously this is going to be different going into the future. We'll see them, every few years, so to speak. But, no, it was always good to have Rutgers and Maryland in that side of the conference because, generally you can count on getting a couple wins there. Maryland, although they took us to the wire a few times, but Ohio State's been able to dominate Rutgers over the years, and, they're probably a little bit different program now that Greg Schiano's back there. They've been competitive in each and every ball game, except, I guess, Oregon blew them out pretty good, but Ohio State, has had the upper hand in this, and generally, it's better skilled players across the board. When you look at Ohio State's running backs, wide receivers, quarterbacks, defensive backs, they've been able to dominate. They've done a good job, Rutgers, of having some guys in their trenches now and again. Their defensive line's a little bit down this year. Let's see if Ohio State can expose that.
Hard to believe it's the last game of the year. Labor Day weekend doesn't seem that long ago.
It doesn't, and we've had beautiful weather. We got a sunny day today. We had a little rain last week at UCLA for, maybe 10 or 15 minutes, but for the most part, we've had fortune of having some nice weather for these games, and this is nothing better you can get today with it being sunny out and, temperatures in the low 50s. I'll take that any day.
Yeah, it was raining hard last night, raining into the early morning hours, and even when some of us got here to the stadium, it was coming down a little bit this morning, but it is nice and sunny and just what you would expect for November and football. The Buckeyes in their home uniforms, scarlet jerseys, silver helmets, gray trousers, Rutgers in all white with red trim. Both teams are on the field for the final home game here of 2025. Of course, the big one is next week. People can't stop talking about that, can't stop thinking about it. But you got the Rutgers Scarlet Knights to deal with today. Down on the field for the coin toss, and again, pinch hitting for Tyler Denberg. We have Dom Taberry with us.
All right, Paul, both captains from both teams coming out now. The official today is Chris Coit, and he will do the coin toss. The niceties going on right now as they're shaking hands. And you can hear the crowd coming to life. Let's take a listen to Chris
It's a great day for college football. Rutgers, the visiting team, will call the coin toss. This is heads and tails. Heads, tails. What's your call?
Tails.
Tails is the call. It is heads. Ohio State's won. Defers their choice. Rutgers will receive. Which way would you like to kick? Go ahead and turn your back to that goal.
There you have it. Buckeyes won the toss.
Ohio
We'll defer
State
to the second half. The Buckeyes will defend the south end zone.
And each Buckeye defensive third down this half brought to you by Corson Fire and Security, protecting life and property. Since 1946, from knowledgeable salespeople to highly trained technicians, Corson provides the very best fire protection and security solutions to businesses throughout Ohio. Learn more at Corson.com. Today's game time temperature brought to you by Atlas Butler, 47 degrees, and it's sunny. Atlas Butler, proud to serve Central Ohio for over 100 years. Their technicians are scheduled day and night, 7 days a week, including holidays. And since Atlas Butler is always open, you never pay any after-hour service fees for all of your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs. Call 1-800-FURNACE. Rutgers coming off their second bye weekend. That's always a time to be on the look for something you haven't seen from a team all season, Jim.
Yeah, they got all week, 2 weeks to put anything in. And as we talked about several times during the pregame show, they like the gadget plays. So you got to be careful for punt return or for fake punts, for onside kicks, and then when their offense is out there, seeing them line up in some funky formations, the defense has to do a good job of being aware, making sure they're communicating and covering up whatever set that they come out into.
Well, you talked about Antoine Raymond and his 240-yard rushing game in their last game 2 weeks ago. Ohio State's defense, 9 consecutive games of holding an opponent below 100 yards rushing. That could be challenged a little bit today, just depending.
Number 20 for Rutgers is now wearing number 49.
Ben Black is back as the deep returner for the Scarlet Knights. Their up returner will be their number 2 tailback, Jashawn Benjamin, and Jaden Fielding. who has authored 48 touchbacks, will be kicking off today from right to left as we view it. And for those familiar with the geography, from the south end, open end of the stadium, to the north, the closed end. Final home game of 2025 here at Ohio Stadium as the Buckeyes look to get win number 11. All clear has been given to everybody, including senior place kicker Jaden Fielding out of League City, Texas. He puts his right foot to the ball and pops that in the air with what could be returnable, but no, a fair catch way forward by Ben Black. Ethan Kaliak-Manis, senior from Antioch, Illinois, and a transfer from Minnesota, completing 62% of his passes for over 2,700 yards, 17 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He tied a career high with 4 TD passes in their last game 2 weeks ago, a home win over Maryland. And Rutgers will start 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Antoine Raymond, a sophomore from Montreal, is their starting tailback. He'll be off the right hip of the quarterback. 2 receivers flanked out to the left, tight end on the left of the line as well, and a single receiver to the right for Ethan Kaliak-Manis. He played in this stadium as a Minnesota Golden Gopher back in 2023 before transferring. Out of the shotgun, he gets the snap. Kaliak-Manis throws out on the right side to Raymond, the tailback. He's at the 25 and will go no further than the 25 as defensive end Caden Curry tackles him.
Yeah, Caden Curry lined up there at the left defensive end over the right tackle, dropped there in coverage, and looked like they almost knew what play was coming. Was right there to make the tackle for no gain.
It sure did, Jim. 2nd and 10, Scarlet Knights at their own 25. 3 wideouts to the left, and a single receiver is off the line strong to the right. Raymond remains in the backfield next to quarterback Ethan Kaliak-Manis. 2nd and 10, Rutgers from their own 25-yard line. Kaliak-Manis gets the snap from Zelinskis, the center, hands to Raymond, and he's going to be dropped right around the 26-yard line by defensive lineman Taiwan Malone of Ohio State, bringing up a course and 3rd down.
Taiwan Malone from New Jersey, Jamesburg, New Jersey, comes up with a tackle there at 18th of the season.
And here goes Rutgers quickly, 2nd and 9 from their own 26. Kaliak-Manis looking to pass. He'll zip that one down the left side of the field just beyond the 50-yard line, and it is incomplete at the Ohio State 45 for Ben Black, who is covered by Devin Sanchez, freshman corner. 4th down, and on will come Jacob Anderson to punt.
Yeah, they took a shot way down the field. They're trying to get a big play along the Rutgers sideline. As you said, the freshman Devin Sanchez in great coverage there. Ball just a touch overthrown. Be a 3 and out, and they'll punt the football.
Anderson averaging 43.5 yards per punt. Can you guess where he's from, Jim?
Australia.
Yes, aren't they all? Long snapper is Michael O'Connor. He will snap it for Rutgers from their own 26-yard line. And the punter, Jacob Anderson, awaits the ball. He gets it. He rolls to his right, puts it in the air with his right foot. Brandon Innes drifts to his left, waves for a fair catch, and he'll make it around the Ohio State 28-yard line. And each Ohio State first down picked up today brought to you by Kroger. Remember, Kroger Pickup is the easy way to get what you want right when you need it. Try Kroger Pickup today in the Kroger app or at Kroger.com. Redshirt freshman quarterback Julian Sayin from Carlsbad, California, completing over 80% of his passes, leading the nation in that category. 2,675 yards, 25 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, threw 1 touchdown last week.
Game was a little bit off last week. He just was 74% for about 180-some yards, so we'll see if he can step it up.
1st and 10, Ohio State from their own 27. Innes and David Adolph wide to the right, Bryson Rogers wide left. And out of the pistol, Julian Sand gets the snap, hands it to Bo Jackson, and he's in the backfield and dropped for a loss right around the 24-yard line. Bradley Weaver, defensive lineman from Hilliard Darby High School, right here in Columbus with the stop behind the line.
Yeah, it's a tackle for loss. Buckeyes lose 2 yards on that opening play. Didn't get any movement there in the line of scrimmage, allowed penetration, so they're backed up early on.
2nd and 12 at their own 25. Adolph will go wide to the right with Max Clare and Brandon Innes. Will Kazmarek, tight end at the end of the line on the left, pistol formation with Bo Jackson, a tailback behind quarterback Julian Sayin. 2nd and 12, Ohio State from their own 25-yard line. Sayin will feed it to Jackson, running around the left side. He's got room to his own 30. Eludes a defender to the 35, to the 40, and that's where he's taken out of bounds at his own 40 by linebacker Dario Jabome, and it is a first down pickup presented by Kroger.
That great cut there by Bo Jackson. Started towards the left side of the line, then bounced it out to the left towards the Ohio State sideline, and found some running room for first down.
Coming off a season-high 112 yards rushing last week against UCLA. 1st and 10, Ohio State. The ball is put down at the Buckeye 39-yard line. Bo Jackson, a freshman out of Cleveland, remains the tailback behind quarterback Julian Sayin in a pistol set. Tight ends on each side of the line. Sayin is going to hand it Jackson coming left side again, and he's going to get to the 40, maybe get to the 41, and that's where the play will come to the end. At his own 41-yard line, Rutgers had defensive lineman Keyshawn Griffin stopping.
3 straight runs by this Buckeye offense to start the game. Let's see if they air it out here on second down.
They ran last week for 222 against the UCLA Bruins, a total of 440. 2nd and 8. Ohio State with the ball at their own 41. Sayin out of the shotgun, back to throw from his 33. Floats it up the left side where it is caught. Bennett Christian, tight end, pushed out of bounds at the Ohio State 45 by cornerback Bo Masco.
Yeah, it'd be like a 5-6 yard gain, sets up this 3rd and 3. Just a quick hitter there. Julian Sayin went through his reads fast and found the tight end, Bennett Christian, with a catch. That's his 5th catch of the season.
And they're going to put the ball, Jim, at the 46 on the Ohio State side of the field where it's 3rd and 3. Scoreless first quarter. Adolph goes wide right. Coming wide to the left are Clare, Kasmerick, and Innes. With Bo Jackson in the backfield next to quarterback Julian Sayin. 3rd and 3. Ohio State at their own 46-yard line. Sayin gets the snap, drops back to pass, and pressure coming. Blitz is picked up, dumps it down on the right side. It is caught by Max Clare, who slips and falls right at the 49 of Rutgers. He fell down in front of the defender, Jabome, who was covering him, but it is enough, despite the slip and fall, for a first down.
Rutgers sold out there. They brought 5-6 guys at that line of scrimmage. Had a linebacker behind the nose guard kind of pushing him through that gap there, but the Buckeyes were able to pick it up enough, and then Julian had enough time to find the tight end, Max Clare.
11 minutes to play, scoreless first quarter. 1st and 10, Ohio State at the Rutgers 49-yard line. Julian Sayin, redshirt freshman quarterback, straight behind the center, gets the snap, hands it off. Bo Jackson breaks the tackle running right side of the Rutgers 40. Eludes another defender, but goes down at about the Rutgers 37-yard line. And there to knock him off his balance was defensive back Jet Elad. That'll give Ohio State consecutive first downs.
And Bo Jackson picking up another first down running the football. Buckeyes playing a little faster tempo today than they have in the past.
They sure are. They're going to work at the 37 of Rutgers with a fresh set of downs. And a scoreless first quarter. Sayin with a snap, hands it for Bo Jackson. Coming left side behind a blocker to the Rutgers 30. Middle of the field to the 25, taken down at the 23-yard line of Rutgers. Stopped by defensive back Kaj Sanders. There'll be a 3rd consecutive first down.
Nice block there by number 83, Nate Roberts, the tight end, working on the left side there. Was able to seal the Rutgers defender inside. Bo Jackson went outside and picked up another first down.
How you liked his running game so far?
Yeah, looking good.
1st and 10, Ohio State. With the ball to the Rutgers 23, no score here in the first quarter. Brandon Innes goes wide to the right. David Adolph flanked to the left. And in is Isaiah West at tailback. He'll be lined up to the left of quarterback Julian Sayin. First down Buckeyes of the Rutgers 23-yard line. Sayin will pitch it out. Left side comes Isaiah West. Freshman gets to the 20 of Rutgers. Knocked down at the 19 of the Scarlet Knights by cornerback Bo Masco. And the Buckeyes are in the Giant Eagle red zone.
2 passes on this drive. That's our 6th rushing attempt for 44 yards. Bo has 40 of it.
Isaiah West last week, 8 carries, 61 yards. All 3 tailbacks that played had touchdowns last week. James Peoples had a couple of them.
Yeah, they averaged 7 yards per carry.
2nd and 6. Ohio State at the Rutgers 19 in a scoreless first quarter. Pistol formation, Julian Sayin at quarterback. He gets the snap, fakes a pitch out to the right, looks to throw on the left side where he guns it up, and it's caught by the tight end Max Clare, tackled at the 11 of Rutgers, where he is taken out by defensive back Cam Miller. That's another first down, now a goal-to-go situation for Ohio State.
Well, when Carnell Tate being out of the ball game, Jeremiah Smith, we knew other guys were going to have to step up, and so far the tight ends have stepped up. Clare has 2 catches, and Christian Bennett has 1.
I thought that was going to be goal-to-go, Jim, but it is not. It is 1st and 10 at the 11 of Rutgers. Scarlet Knights with some defensive players who were slowly meandering off the field.
Illinois.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing. Sayin gets the snap. Pitches it out right side. Bo Jackson, 10-yard line, 5-yard line. Tackled at the 1-yard line. Bo Jackson. He almost got to the end zone, but corner Jacoby Henderson stopped him short. It'll be 1-yard line or inside of it where Ohio State will have possession.
That's an old play we used to call 80 truck. It's when the tackle pulls out.
Number 65 is now wearing number 98. 65 for 98.
Let's back up offensive tackle Justin Terry into the ball game to give him a jumbo formation, but they pulled that truck and Daniels went out there and did a good job blocking in the open field.
1st and goal, Ohio State inside the Rutgers 1. Roberts and Jackson, I formation behind quarterback Sayin, who's under center. Sayin hands it Jackson, moving right side. He's going to be piled up and stopped shy of the goal line. And it looks like that got pushed back to around the 2-yard line. And there's some late signaling as Abram Wright, linebacker, was the one who made the stop. The officials have not signaled a change of possession.
They're saying he's down or not?
They must be, as Wright came running out of the pile with a football.
The ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense in the end zone for a touchback first down.
That happened to Rutgers 2 weeks ago against Maryland, and now Ohio State coughs it up on the way to the end zone. Buckeye football brought to you in part by Ncaaf Insurance for auto and home, encircling you with solutions you can trust. Ncaaf, a proud sponsor of Ohio State athletics. Timeout with 7:43 to play. Scoreless first quarter. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint with their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind. It's a front row seat to the big game. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen, and so big you won't believe it. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint, and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
When you're here, you understand what it means to be a Buckeye. And at Elk & Elk, we're proud to wear scarlet and gray every Saturday. Every client, every day, means if you're ever injured, we're proud to stand with you in court. And when you're here at the shoe, we're proud to stand with you and cheer on the Buckeyes.
Whether we're here at the big game or in court, we are committed to you.
Elk & Elk, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Picture it, your holiday table, the family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps, spiced cider in every glass, laughter around every plate. At Kroger, we know these moments matter, and we make it easier to bring them to life with quality that's affordable in every aisle. This season, don't just host, make every moment unforgettable. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
Today's broadcast is presented by Huntington.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
7:43 to play, scoreless first quarter. Ohio State and Rutgers. Buckeyes fumble the ball at the goal line. Scarlet Knights get a touchback and will have it at the 25. Buckeye fans, every time Rutgers gets inside the Buckeye 20 day, it's time to defend the shoe. Brought to you by Anduril, an official sponsor of Ohio State athletics who knows a thing or two about American defense. Down on the field to Dom Tiberi.
Clearly some disappointment as the Buckeyes came off the field, but that quickly turned, and hey, that was an impressive drive. I'm standing behind the offensive linemen. They're pumped. They're confident. They wanted the 7 points there, but they are pleased with the way they were able to run the ball, drive it down the field.
They had a 10-play drive there that came up, fumbled at the 1.
So the Rutgers offense gets their second crack with a football. No score here in the first quarter. 7:43 on the clock. Ethan Kaliak-Manis, who is number 3 in the conference, averaging 270 yards passing per game. Works at quarterback in a shotgun. Antoine Raymond, his tailback, is off his right hand hip, too wide to the right. The receivers to the right are Duff and Strong, and Kaliak-Manis is going to hand it to Raymond, and he's going to be stopped right at about the 20-yard line for what should be a loss. Defensive end Caden Curry, one of the first Buckeyes to get there to make the tackle.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to move it forward, maybe a half a yard, but you're right. Good penetration again by that defensive line, especially those defensive tackles inside. Malone and McDonald got some penetration.
So they give him a gain of 1 to make it 2nd and 9. Rutgers at their own 21. K.J. Duff will be flanked out wide to the left. Coming wide to the right are Ian Strong, as well as D.T. Sheffield. Raymond in the backfield next to his quarterback, Kaliak-Manis in a shotgun on 2nd and 9. Kaliak-Manis set up to pass from his 12-yard line. Fires out on the right flat, and that ball's caught at the 31 of Rutgers, and the receiver coming across makes the grab in front of corner Jermaine Matthews. D.T. Sheffield makes the grab.
He came in the ball game with 40 receptions, giving 41 now. Still shy of picking up that first down. Let's set up a 3rd and short here.
Of course, in 3rd and 1. Rutgers at their own 29-yard line. Some adjusting by the defense as Kaliak-Manis takes the snap out of a shotgun. Hands to Raymond going straight ahead, and he's going to be tackled at the 30-yard line. Safety Jalen McClain came from behind to make the tackle. We'll have to see about the spot to whether they give him the first down or not.
I think they're going to mark that at the 29, so they got to get to the 30 to pick it up. I bet Rutgers goes for it
I
here.
was thinking the same thing, Jim. And you're right. It is put down to the 29, so here they go 4th and 1 from their own 29. Looks like Kaliak-Manis is to work under center, Gus Zelinskas. Now he steps away to look to the sideline. Raymond, the single set back behind him. Antoine Raymond. 2 receivers wide to the right, Sheffield and Strong.
I think they're going to call
to the left
timeout.
is KJ Duff. Kaliakmanis with a long, lingering glance to his sideline on 4th and short. Rutgers are their 29. And he fakes a couple of tries to take a snap from under center. A third fake. And you're right, Jim, they will take the timeout, looking at 4th and less than a
Timeout, Rutgers, their first of the half.
Score perks on Game Day Essentials all season long at Giant Eagle. Remember, Giant Eagle is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. No score in the football game. We have 5:52 to play in the first quarter. Timeout on the field. Our broadcast presented by Huntington. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Kohl's has 20% off gifts that are so good, your family might think you read their minds. Check off your list now with cozy, thoughtful, and stylish gifts that will make them say, "How did you know?" Yep, with these presents from Kohl's, you're going to leave them feeling impressed and convinced that you're a psychic. Shop Kohl's for an extra 20% off gifts that are the perfect fit. Select styles. Offer ends November 22nd. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Hi, this is Paul Keels. This Buckeye season, don't let a broken windshield ruin your game plan. Safelite Auto Glass makes it easy to get your windshield fixed with their mobile glass shops all over Central Ohio. They can come to you anywhere, giving Buckeye fans more time for game time. OH? Man, I love that. Schedule at Safelite.com. Safelite Auto Glass is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Safelite repair, Safelite replace.
Do you have questions about Medicare? Let us help. Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, plans include benefits for your whole health, like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-888-76-AETNA to learn more. There's no obligation to enroll. One of our licensed agents will answer your call and help you pick the right plan for you. Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our D-SNPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
Today's broadcast is presented by Huntington.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Stay safe this season and make a plan for a safe ride home. If you drive drunk, you will be caught and you will be arrested. Drive sober or get pulled over, funded by the Ohio Traffic Safety Office and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. 5:52 to play first quarter. No score, Ohio State and Rutgers here at Ohio Stadium. The Scarlet Knights looking at 4th and 1 with the ball at their own 29-yard line. They lined up as if to run a play on 4th down, but then burned a timeout. Ostensibly, we would think they might get in position to punt.
Coach Yano's got 3 officials around him, just called over the referee.
Yeah.
I wonder what's on his mind.
Now, you know, Jim, we saw the 100-yard kickoff return for a touchdown last week by Lorenzo Stiles of Ohio State. I had somebody text me this week, said they thought in their crystal ball they could see Ohio State having another kick return for a score this week.
I like the way they're thinking.
Yeah, agreed.
And dreaming, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, nothing wrong with that, too. But certainly, yeah, could have been an 8-ball for all we know. But, you know, certainly think about how exciting that was when Lorenzo Stiles took that one to the end zone last week.
That was unbelievable.
It sure was.
Got to watch every play.
And 15 years since it had happened.
Now they are going to go for it.
They sure are. Rutgers 4th and less than 1 with the ball at their own 29-yard line. Quarterback Ethan Kaliakmanis remains on the field. Ian Strong wide right. KJ Duff wide left. Antoine Raymond tailback next to his quarterback. 4th and less than 1. Rutgers at their own 29. Zelinskis the center over the ball. Now Kaliakmanis giving instructions at the line to possibly change the play. Ohio State bunching up the defensive front. Kaliakmanis on 4th down, back in a shotgun, gets the snap, hands it to Raymond going left side. Raymond's going to be grabbed, and he's going to be stopped for a loss. He got blown up in the backfield. Safety Jalen McClain got back there, along with defensive end Caden Curry, and the Buckeyes are going to take over inside the Rutgers 30-yard line, avoiding danger after Ohio State had fumbled the ball going into the end zone. Buckeye fans say goodbye to higher rates and hello to savings with a fixed price plan with AEP Energy. Visit AEPenergy.com to get started. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Timeout with 5:47 to play. Scoreless first quarter, Ohio State and Rutgers. Today's broadcast presented by Huntington. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
You get up early on snow days because snowed in is not an option. The Kubota snow lineup of compact tractors, RTVs, and versatile attachments are built to thrive in the winter. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $4,000. Now through December 31st, see us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Find your local Kubota dealer at BuckeyeKubotaDealers.com.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown! This is what the Buckeyes train so hard for.
Just like Valvoline Instant Oil Change, their techs train like pros to deliver expert service every time.
Wait, are we talking about football or oil changes?
Both. Whether it's the Buckeyes on the field or your car in the bay, it's all about preparation and precision.
Can't argue with that.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Visit VIOC.com/Buckeyes today.
Today's broadcast is presented by Huntington.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
The 2026 Buckeye Cruise for Cancer set sail on the Silver Sea Silver Ray. It's an intimate ship with an even better experience, all exclusive of beverages, shore excursions, taxes, and gratuities. Sail from Fort Lauderdale to bucket list ports like the Grand Turk, St. Martin, and St. Thomas with many former Buckeye greats. Call 614-792-6204 to book today. No score, Ohio State and Rutgers, 5:47 to play first quarter. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification of the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Always and forever, your Ohio State flagship station.
WBNS-FM HD1 Columbus.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Ohio State and Rutgers scoreless, 5:47 left in the first quarter. Down on the field to Dom Tiberi.
I'm standing behind the defensive guys, and boy, they were pumped when they came off the field. A big stop, celebrated, and then Matt Patricia and the coaches looking at the iPad, going over things, coaching them up, and Greg Schiano doing a couple things that maybe they were a little surprised by, but not anymore.
Well, Ohio State, because of forcing that stop on fourth down, they avoid problems because of their own turnover, and they'll take over 1st and 10 of the Rutgers 29.
They got to squeeze that football. Ohio State's got to make sure that they do not give up any more turnovers in this game. They're down 1 in the turnover margin early on. Just got to do a better job of holding on to that football. We've had success running outside. Let's see if Ohio State goes back to that.
C.J. Donaldson, who missed last week's game, will be in at tailback for this set. He's off the left hip of quarterback Julian Sane. James Peoples in as a slot right with Brandon Ennis and David Adolph out wide right. Sane out of the shotgun now has Peoples motioning across and gives it to him on a fly sweep coming left side. Gets to the 25, taken down at the 24. Is James Peoples by linebacker Daryl Jabome of Rutgers.
Yeah, that time they had Peoples lined up to the right. They brought him back in motion. C.J. Donaldson became the lead blocker, did a good job clearing a path there, and the Buckeyes pick up 6 on their first down play.
Peoples 6 carries, 42 yards in his first multi-TD game of his career last week. 2nd and 4, Ohio State at the Rutgers 23. Bo Jackson now inserted at tailback. He's aligned behind quarterback Julian Sayin. Offset I formation with Sayin in the middle of it. Feeds it now for Jackson, cutting to the right, and he's going to be cut down right at the 25-yard line. Rutgers linebacker Daryl Jabome, a senior from Quebec, makes the tackle.
Yeah, Jabome is probably one of their better linebackers. He's got 55 tackles coming into the ball game and a sack. That time they got a tackle for loss. Set Ohio State back a couple yards there.
To make it 3rd and 6, Ohio State at the 25 of Rutgers. No score with under 5 to play here in the first quarter. David Adolph making his first ever start at receiver, goes wide to the right, coming wide to the left, Max Clare, along with Bryson Rogers and Brandon Ennis. C.J. Donaldson at a tailback to the right of quarterback Julian Sayin. 3rd and 6, Ohio State at the Rutgers 25. Scarlet Knights blitzing. Sayin looks to throw. Rolls to the right. He's got a lot of room. Keeps sliding to his right. Flag thrown as Sayin gets taken out of bounds at the 26 of Rutgers. He's taken out by defensive lineman Eric O'Neill of the Scarlet Knights, but again, there's a flag down.
It looks like maybe defensive holding is going to be called against Rutgers from where they threw that flag.
Holding. Defense number 10. 10-yard penalty enforced at the end of the run. First down.
That is against cornerback Jacoby Henderson, who had 4 tackles in this stadium last year when he was a member of the Marshall Thundering Herd. So the drive for Ohio State aided by the penalty. And it'll be 1st and 10 Buckeyes at the 16 of the Scarlet Knights.
Well, it looked like Julian Saint had some running room. That closed down in a hurry, but the penalty's going to get him the first.
Buckeyes in the Giant Eagle red zone. 1st and 10 of the Rutgers 16. Adolph, Innes, and Claire come wide to the left, tight end Christian at the end of the line on the left as well. Bo Jackson, tailback behind quarterback Julian Saint in a pistol. 1st and 10, Ohio State at the 16 of Rutgers here in a scoreless first quarter. Now moving in motion is Max Clare going wide to the right. Saint gets the snap, hands it to Jackson, moving upfield to the 10, cuts to the middle of the 5 and takes it into the end zone for a 15-yard touchdown run. Bo Jackson knows how to get to the end zone, and he gives Ohio State their first score of the day, leading 6-0.
That they had all the action lined up to the left there. They brought the tight end, Clare, back to the right there, and then they ran the counter behind that. They were able to get good blocks at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack. And then Bo Jackson did the rest. Once he gets if you get into that linebacker level free, he's going to put a move on and get in the end zone, and he did. And he held on with football.
He did. His third rushing touchdown of 2025. PAT unit on. John Furlman snaps. Joe McGuire spots, and the kick by Jaden Fielding is up. And it is good. And with that touchdown, that's another donation from the Heartland Bank Community Foundation to the USO of Central and Southern Ohio, benefiting our active duty military personnel and their families. For more information or to support our troops, go to usocso.org and be the force behind the forces. Timeout with 4:01 left in the first quarter. 7-0 Ohio State leading Rutgers. Today's broadcast presented by Huntington. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Well, the officials have been talking for quite some time.
Alrighty, let's see what they have to say.
Upon further review, there is no penalty on the play. However, we have conferred and discovered that Bob, the line judge, has saved a boatload for his kids' college using Ohio's 529 plan. It is tax-free, accepted nationwide. Bob recommends we all go to collegeadvantage.com. First down.
Well, that's not entirely unexpected.
Classic Bob.
Hey, college football fans, it's sideline reporter Molly McGrath teaming up with Evan Williams Bourbon to welcome you to Bourbon Nation, the home of game day's #1 pour. We're celebrating every snap from coast to coast because it doesn't matter what colors you wear as long as Evan's there. Find a bottle near you at evanwilliams.com and enjoy the smooth, rich taste of my favorite Kentucky bourbon at your next tailgate. Go Buckeyes! Evan Williams Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Bardstown, Kentucky, 43% alcohol by volume, must be 21 plus. Enjoy responsibly.
The best outcomes for treating cancer come from early detection and early diagnosis.
The James Cancer Diagnostic Center at Ohio State
is designed to provide rapid evaluation and a clear diagnosis.
We are transforming care by giving patients direct access
to cancer experts who study and treat cancer every day.
If you think you have cancer, the choice is clear.
Choose the James Cancer Diagnostic Center.
Today's broadcast is presented by Huntington.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Buckeyes are known for paying it forward. That's why Buckeyes Care strives to serve the betterment of our community by positively impacting families across Ohio. Joint partners American Electric Power, Kroger, Donato's, the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the James Cancer Hospital, Huntington Bank, and WBNS-TV in Columbus. In supporting this cause at ohiostatebuckeyes.com/BuckeyesCare. Bo Jackson's 16-yard touchdown run has given Ohio State a 7-0 lead over Rutgers with 4 minutes and 1 second left in the first quarter.
The Ohio State scoring drive powered by Honda, celebrating over 40 years of manufacturing right here in Ohio. 3 plays, 29 yards, 146 off the clock. Bo Jackson, 9 carries for 64 yards. Down the sidelines to Dom Taberry.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm standing behind the offensive benches, right behind the running backs, and while Bo Jackson got a hero's welcome as he came back after scoring that touchdown, he's got his game face on, as do all the running backs. You know, he was not happy about that fumble, but happy to get in the end zone. But these guys are very, very serious, and I think the running game is going to play a big, big part today, guys.
Jaden Fielding set to kick off. Ben Black, who is a state record champion in the 4x200 relay team when he was in high school in Charlotte, North Carolina, is the deep returner for the Scarlet Knights. That's some pretty good credentials to return kicks.
Yeah, it is.
Fielding puts his right foot to the ball and pops this one where a fair catch will be waved for by Black. You know, Chris Garland was saying he thinks because the returns are so infrequent that the Rutgers returners are ordered to either down it or fair catch it.
Well, it seems like we're not trying to kick it into the end zone there.
Trying to prop returns.
Yeah, he's trying to pop it up there a little bit. And, maybe Ohio State, part of their strategy, they feel like if he does come out, that they can, pin him behind the 25, or better yet, force a turnover there.
Sheffield and Duff will come wide to the right. Strong wide to the left as far as receivers for Rutgers. Antoine Raymond, tailback, next to his quarterback, Ethan Kaliak-Manis. 1st and 10, Scarlet Knights at their own 25. They trail 7-0. This is their third offensive possession. Zelinskis, the center, snaps it to Kaliak-Manis, who's going to throw. Looks left, looks right, looks left, runs right. Throws on the run on the right side and is caught by Strong, who falls out of bounds on his rear end, and a penalty flag drop as he fell at his 32 in front of corner Jermaine Matthews. Was he out of bounds first?
Yeah, Ian Strong was out of bounds there and came back in, so it'll be an ineligible receiver there.
Number 9 of the offense went out of bounds, returned to catch the pass, which is illegal touching. So lost it down at the previous spot. It's 2nd down.
Yes. Can you imagine the first time you heard the officials announce illegal touching as a penalty when you didn't know that's what they would call it?
Yeah.
The imagination ran wild. 2nd and 10. Rutgers at their own 25-yard line. Down a touchdown. And Ian Strong, who had that illegal catch, is one of 2 wide to the right, single flanker to the left. For Ethan Kaliak-Manis, who's going to throw again, rolling to his right. Goes on the run, and it's caught. Ball carrier is going to move to the 30, and out of bounds goes Fletcher, the tight end, around the 33. Linebacker Sonny Stiles forces Fletcher out of bounds, and it brings up a Corson 3rd down after Kenny Fletcher's first catch of the day.
Yeah, they're a little bit of a rollout by Kaliak-Manis. He rolled out to his right, looking for his tight end all the way. Kenny Fletcher comes up with his 19th reception of the year.
So Rutgers will move people around. Strong and Sheffield will go wide to the left. Fletcher off the line to the right. And Duff wide right. In the backfield is Raymond next to Kaliak-Manis. 3rd and 1 Rutgers at their own 34 here in the first quarter and trailing by a touchdown to Ohio State. Kaliak-Manis gets the snap, hands it. No, he keeps it. Rolling to his left side, Kaliak-Manis, and he's going to run to the 35 and go down at about the 38-yard line in front of linebacker Sonny Stiles. But Ethan Kaliak-Manis does enough to get Rutgers a first down.
Yeah, they forced to punt their first series. They turned them over on downs the second series. This is the first down that Rutgers got here with 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, did just what he needed to do to move the sticks running the ball. 1st and 10, Scarlet Knights at their own 37 with less than 2.5 to play in the first quarter. Buckeyes a 7-0 lead. Kaliak-Manis straight behind his center. Raymond off his right hip as far as the running back goes. And Kaliak-Manis dumps it to Raymond on the right side. He was almost not ready. Ball popped in the air by Lorenzo Stiles. Picked up by Jermaine Matthews. Then he's going to go to the 20 and get tripped up and stop. They're going to call it an incomplete pass for a moment. It looked like it was a live ball, but defensive back Lorenzo Stiles forced an incompletion on a ball that was kind of badly thrown for Antoine Raymond.
That was a good stick there by Lorenzo Stiles, showing that not only does he get speed to do returns, but he can be physical in the passing game. That time it was a good hit. Ball popped out. Looked like maybe it was on the ground. Officials ruled it incomplete.
Run till they tell you to stop. 2nd and 10. Rutgers at their own 37-yard line. Antoine Raymond off the right hip of quarterback Ethan Kaliak-Manis. And he's going to look to throw again from his own 30. He sends that one down the left side, deep going where Davis and Igbenosin is covering the receiver who couldn't get to an incomplete pass. K.J. Duff, the intended target in Ohio State territory, brings up a course in 3rd and 10. Rutgers at their 37.
Well, Davidson Igbenosin likes to use his hands. He was using them that time on the receiver down the field, Ian Strong, but just did not. That was K.J. Duff.
Yes. Yep. Didn't look like it was catchable either, Joe.
No.
So the crowd getting into it. 3rd and 10 Rutgers at their own 37-yard line with 2 minutes and 3 seconds to play in the first quarter. And now in for the Scarlet Knights is Samuel Brown at tailback. He's off the left hip of quarterback Ethan Kaliak-Manis, who gets the snap, throws on the right side, and that ball's caught by Duff at the Rutgers 48, where he is tackled at the Rutgers 48 by defensive back Devin Sanchez. That's enough to give the Scarlet Knights a first down.
Yeah, that time it was a better pass there by Kaliak-Manis, and Duff was able to come up with that reception. We mentioned Duff is a nice-sized target at 6'6", 225, just a sophomore.
Had 241 yards receiving in Rutgers' game at Purdue. A game they won with a last-second field goal. Ball marked at the Scarlet Knight 49-yard line with 1.5 to play first quarter. 7-0, Ohio State leading. Duff wide to the left. Strong wide right. Brown remains a tailback to the right of quarterback Ethan Kaliak-Manis, who's giving instructions to change the play. First down, Rutgers in their own 49. Handoff, Brown running straight ahead. Brown right into the knockdown tackle of Peyton Pierce, linebacker at the 46 of Ohio State.
Decent gain there on first down by Rutgers. Buckeyes had Will Smith in the ball game for the first time playing defensive tackle. Caden McDonald checks back in.
Samuel Brown, a senior from Philadelphia. This is the third time he's played against Ohio State with Rutgers. 2nd and 5. Scarlet Knights at the Ohio State 46-yard line with less than a minute to play in the first quarter. Brown remains off the right hip of quarterback Ethan Kaliak-Manis. Wideouts right and left. Kaliak-Manis looks to throw to one of them, possibly. Eludes one. No, he does not elude Caden Curry, defensive end, who sacks him right around the 48-yard line of Rutgers.
Buckeyes pick up their their first sack in a couple ball games. That's their 26th for the season. That's the 8th sack on the year for Caden Curry. Working against the right tackle, just ran right by him. Was able to get in the backfield and get a hand on Ethan Kaliak-Manis and take him down.
Looked like Kaliak-Manis was going to be able to elude it for a moment. Corson 3rd and 11 for Rutgers at the 48 of Ohio State, and the first quarter will come to an end here in Columbus. A Bo Jackson 16-yard touchdown run has given Ohio State with a point after a 7-0 lead after one period. Timeout on the field. Today's broadcast presented by Huntington. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium presented by Experience Columbus. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium into the press box and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium tours offer a variety of options and pricing. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour. Ohio Stadium Tours, presented by Experience Columbus.
Donato's is bringing you huge savings on a large pizza. For a limited time, get any large one-topping Donato's pizza for just $10.99 when you order online and pick it up. That's right, just $10.99. I'm going with that pepperoni, but hey, you pick your favorite topping. Then pick up your large one-topping pizza for just $10.99 when you order online using promo code PICKUP. That's promo code PICKUP. Pick up your Donato's and save today.
Hello, I'm Ross Bjork, Senior Vice President and Eugene Smith, Wolf Foundation Endowed Athletics Director at The Ohio State University. In partnership with AEP, Donato's, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, Huntington, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in our great state through the Buckeyes Care Initiative. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag BuckeyesCare.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Today's broadcast is presented by Huntington.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Back at Ohio Stadium, Skip Mossick with a check of your college football scoreboard. It is brought to you by Encova Insurance. Encova, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Just one of the Big Ten game happening this afternoon. Second quarter, Wrigley Field in Chicago. Northwestern 10, Minnesota nothing. Top 25 in the second. Texas A&M up on Samford 21-0. Second quarter, Missouri leads at Oklahoma 3-0. Second quarter, Miami up at Virginia Tech. Hurricanes lead at 14-3. Ohio State 7, Rutgers nothing as we head to the second with the voice of the Buckeyes, Paul Keels.
Well, thank you, Skip, and welcome back to the Union Home Mortgage broadcast booth, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Learn about their 1% down payment program at UHM.com. Equal housing lender at MLS number 2229, and that score came on a Bo Jackson 16-yard touchdown run after Ohio State had gotten a fourth down stop on defense.
Yeah, that was a great job there by the defense to give them a short field. Ohio State offense was able to take it in, and obviously got aided by a penalty there that helped them get a first down at around the 15-yard line, 16-yard line, and they took it in.
Sure did. And if you've missed it, Ohio State is playing without both Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith today, their top two wide receivers, out due to injury concerns. And the most optimistic of thoughts is that they will be ready for next week's big game in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, and Ohio State has only thrown the ball 3 times in that first quarter. All of those completions were by tight ends. Max Clare had 2. Bennett Christian had 1.
Well, right now, Ohio State's defense will be assigned to trying to stop Rutgers 3rd and 8. With the ball at their own 48 after a Caden Curry sack of quarterback Ethan Kaliak-Manis. The two teams have flipped ends. Rutgers now moving from right to left, from the south end of the stadium to the north.
Yeah, it's a short flip, just 2 yards.
Yes, isn't it, though? 3 wide to the right for the Scarlet Knights. Single flanker Ian Strong to the left. Samuel Brown at tailback next to quarterback Ethan Kaliak-Manis. 3rd and 11 Rutgers at their own 48. Gus Solinskas, the center, over the football. Ready to snap it. He does so to Kaliak-Manis, who looks to throw. Rolling to his right, Kaliak-Manis gets to the 50, keeps on running, and he goes to the ground right next to linebacker Sonny Stiles at the Ohio State 45-yard line.
Yeah, he picked up 6 yards. It's going to be 4th and 4. Looks like they're keeping their offense out there.
Does.
Yep, they're going to go for it.
Yes. Rutgers is just 1 win away from bowl eligibility for the 3rd straight year. They've got today, and then next week they host Penn State.
Rutgers is 21 of 31 on 4th down conversions. This will be the 32nd time they've gone for it on 4th down.
And 0 for 1 today so far.
Yep.
4th and 5 at the Ohio State 46. Samuel Brown remains at tailback. Next to quarterback Ethan Kaliak-Manis is in the gun. Ian Strong wide right. KJ Duff and DT Sheffield wide left, and throwing left side. The ball's incomplete at the Ohio State 40. And a late penalty flag comes out with Jermaine Matthews coverage of receiver KJ Duff on the left side of the field.
Yeah, and Jermaine Matthews has his hands up in the air like, what? On me? So that'll be a first down by penalty.
Yes.
Pass interference, defense number 7, first down at the spot of the foul.
So that works out for the Scarlet Knights, who advance the ball to the Ohio State. Let's see, where are they putting that? The 46 of the Buckeyes.
First penalty of the ball game on Ohio State. Rutgers has 2.
Scarlet Knights will have DT Sheffield and KJ Duff wide to the right. Ian Strong wide left. Tight end Fletcher right side of the line, and Brown remains at tailback next to Kaliak-Manis, the quarterback. 1st and 10 to the Ohio State 41-yard line is where the ball is. Kaliak-Manis changing a play, it would appear. Resettles into a shotgun, gets the snap, feeds it to Brown, running straight ahead Brown, and he's going to be knocked down at the Ohio State 36-yard line. Davis and Igbenosin corner, and lineman Taiwan Malone make the stop. A couple of New Jersey natives.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to give a gain of about 4 as they were able to go through. It looked like he took Malone for a little bit of a ride there. They had him near that line of scrimmage wrapped up, but Samuel Brown was able to power through that and pick up 4.
Brown only had 7 carries coming into the game today. 2nd and 6. Rutgers at the Ohio State 37. Buckeyes leading 7-0 here in the second quarter. 3 receiver package with Brown at tailback next to his quarterback Ethan Kaliak-Manis. Rutgers at the Ohio State 37. Kaliak-Manis hands to Brown, going right side, bumps off defenders, gets loose as he moves to the Ohio State 31 before he's finally wrestled down by defensive end Caden Curry, bringing up a Corson 3rd and short.
Yeah, it's going to give him about 3rd and 1, maybe a little less than 1 there as Rutgers gets right back in the line of scrimmage.
The 32 of Ohio State. Quick snap, Kaliak-Manis hands to Brown, running right side, and he's going to get to the 30 and will get the first down as he is sat on at the 30-yard line and stopped the defensive lineman that fell on him was Taiwan Malone.
Edric Houston checking in the ball game for Caden McDonald. Will Smith comes in the ball game, so they get 2 fresh defensive tackles in here.
And Antoine Raymond returns for Rutgers. 1st and 10 Scarlet Knights of the Ohio State 30. 12:42 to play, second quarter. 7-0 Ohio State leading. Ethan Kaliak-Manis in the shotgun. Antoine Raymond is off his right hip. Long, lingering look to the sideline. Snap to Kaliak-Manis. He looks to throw. Feeds it middle of the field where it's caught. Ball's knocked out of the receiver's hand. That's a loose ball rolling near the 50-yard line, and that's going to be Armel Reese who goes down on it. They will call it an incomplete pass.
Woo! Yeah. Of course, the Buckeye fans don't agree with that call.
No. That was thrown for the tight end, Weber, I believe, as that ball got punctured out of his grip.
Couple close ones like that already.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 Rutgers with the ball at the Ohio State 30-yard line. Didn't quite catch who it was that made that contact, but boy, it sprung the ball free. Kaliak-Manis straight behind his center with Raymond his tailback off his left hip now. Duff wide right. Sheffield and Strong wide left. Kaliak-Manis Rolling to his left, throws where it is caught, and the ball carrier is off of one defender, and going down at the 25 is Fletcher, the tight end. Lorenzo Stiles made the first contact, and Lorenzo's slow to get up. It brings a course and third down up for the Scarlet Knights.
Timeout for an injured player of the defense.
And Lorenzo Stiles is drawing attention from the Ohio State sideline. He made that hit that got the runner off balance. Nature made to care for fans on game day and every day. Proud vitamin supplement sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Timeout with 12:09 to play second quarter. 7-0 Ohio State ahead of Rutgers. Today's broadcast presented by Huntington. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Now, where can you get a full suite of business banking services served up by well-trained, caring employees with unquestionable integrity? It's right here at Heartland. Relationships matter. I'm Scott McComb. Come over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Rare banking feels good. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
AEP Energy wants to know if you're ready to say goodbye to higher rates and hello to savings. Get your energy costs under control by locking in a fixed rate for your electricity supply. You'll lower your bills and get price protection from rising rates. Take control and lock in a low fixed rate. Visit aepenergy.com/OSU to get started. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. AEP Energy is a competitive retail electrical and natural gas service provider and affiliate of Ohio Power Company, AEP Ohio. AEP Energy is not soliciting on behalf of and is not an agent of AEP Ohio.
The future of recycling is now at Rumpke Waste and Recycling. The recycling leader has opened North America's largest, most technologically advanced recycling center right here in Central Ohio. This one-of-a-kind facility features interactive displays, educational opportunities, and the ability to process over 60 tons of recycled material per hour. Rumpke is committed to recycling and sustainability efforts, and for more than 90 years, Rumpke has worked to make sure the items you place in your recycling bin get used again. Visit Rumpke.com to learn how you can team with Rumpke to put less trash in our landfills and more of it to good use.
Your Ohio State flagship station, The Fan.
Today's broadcast is presented by Huntington.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Coors Light, Mountain Cold Refreshment. Choose chill. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Celebrate responsibly. 12:09 to play until halftime in Columbus. 7-0. Ohio State leading Rutgers. Down on the field to Dom Tiberi.
Lorenzo Stiles is in the tent. It looks to be a shoulder injury. The medical staff is in there right now looking at him. He's been in there a little bit, but again, it looks like a right shoulder is bothering him.
3rd and 6, Rutgers at the 26 of Ohio State. Ethan Kaliak-Manis, the Scarlet Knights quarterback, brings the offense onto the field. He will have Samuel Brown next to him at tailback. DT Sheffield, KJ Duff wide right, Ian Strong wide left. Tight end Fletcher is on the line to the right for Rutgers. Working from the 27 of Ohio State, Kaliak-Manis looks to throw. Airs that one deep down the right side toward the 5-yard line. Incomplete, thrown for Sheffield, who is covered by defensive back Bryce West.
Bryce West getting the playing time with Lorenzo Stiles being in that tent. Buckeyes force an incompletion there, and they'll go ahead and attempt a field goal here. Rutgers had the ball here for over 8 minutes.
Jay Patel on the year, 12 for 17, has hit his career long of 51 earlier this season. He will try now what will be a 44-yard field goal.
Take that back, 7 minutes.
The long snapper, Michael O'Connor. Jacob Anderson is the holder. And Jay Patel to try a 44-yard field goal try. O'Connor set, snaps. Anderson puts it down. Patel with a kick for a 44-yard field goal. It wobbles, and it goes through the uprights to get the Scarlet Knights on the board. Timeout with 11:50 to play until halftime. It is 7-3, Ohio State leading Rutgers. Today's broadcast presented by Huntington. This is Buckeye football from Learfield. Hey, Buckeye fans, Kroger is teaming up with Ohio State to tackle hunger. Kroger is challenging Buckeye Nation to help donate 2 million meals to our neighbors in need. All you have to do is round up at checkout during your next trip to Kroger or after your next purchase at Ohio Stadium or the Schottenstein Center. The campaign runs through the end of the year, and every dollar helps provide 10 meals. Visit your local Kroger for more details, and let's work together to end hunger.
Toyota-thon is on, and there's no better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota. Now through December 1st, get 2.99 APR financing on remaining new 25 Tacomas. Excludes TRD Pro and Trail Hunter. Or lease a well-equipped 25 Tacoma SR5 for $259 a month, or 39 months with $39.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details, or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Forever starts with the perfect diamond. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from The Diamond Seller, and for over 78 years, our family has helped generations of couples celebrate love with brilliance, quality, and unbeatable prices. At Diamond Seller, bigger diamonds and better prices are our promise to you. Whether you're popping the question or upgrading your sparkle, trust the experts. Because diamonds, they're our forte. Visit us at Diamond Seller on Sawmill Road or at Easton Town Center and learn more at diamondseller.com.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Today's broadcast is presented by Huntington.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
When you choose the James at Ohio State for your cancer care, you're choosing access to the most advanced cancer treatments available, and the team who specializes in treating just one type of cancer, yours. For your cancer care, the choice is clear. The James at Ohio State. Jay Patel, a 44-yard field goal, getting Rutgers on the board, with Ohio State lead 7-3. 11:50 to play second quarter. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Always and forever, your Ohio State flagship station.
WBNS-FM HD1 Columbus.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
7-3, Ohio State ahead of Rutgers. 11:50 to play till halftime. Down on the field to Dom Taberry.
Lorenzo Styles is out of the medical tent. He's dealing with a bit of a shoulder injury. They're going to monitor him. They have not ruled him out of the game, but they're going to go a little bit slow, see how he responds.
Well, and James Peoples will replace him as a kick returner, joining Brandon Innes for Ohio State, and they will await the kick from Rutgers' Jack Scullion, who on the year has 33 touchbacks.
Rutgers' last drive, 15 plays, 49 yards, took 7-11 off the clock, and they got the 44-yard field goal.
Were you surprised they went for the field goal rather than fourth down?
Well, they wanted to get on the board.
Okay.
And they were within range. Patel's coming up pretty good for them this year. He's 13 of 18 now.
11:50 to play till halftime. Scullion to kick it off for the Scarlet Knights, 7-3. Ohio State with a lead here in their home finale. Scullion's kick is in the air, and that one is going to go out of bounds before it hits the end zone. So a penalty will occur. And the
Free
Buckeyes
kick out of bounds, kicking team number 93. The ball will be placed at the 35-yard line, or it'll be first and 10.
That's what I was going to say.
It's his second one on the season.
Don't see it often.
No.
But it makes a difference when it occurs. So Ohio State will have it at their own 35-yard line, leading 7-3. We saw Jaden Fielding had some trouble with that last year while he was dealing with a hip injury, but got himself right.
It was against Marshall, I believe.
It was. Yes, it was. So Ohio State's offense on the field. They have scored thanks to a 15-yard TD run by Bo Jackson, who is in a tailback next to quarterback Julian Sayin. Sayin with the snap, hands to Jackson, coming to the right side. He's going to be dropped for a loss right around the 31-yard line. As Rutgers was ready for that play, and jumping in there to make the play for the Scarlet Knights was defensive lineman Bradley Weaver.
That's his second tackle for loss in this ball game. He's done a good job knifing through Ohio State's line of scrimmage here and making a play backside. That time, the play was going to the right. He came all the way from over the left tackle, left guard, and made that play.
Young man from right here in the Columbus area, Hilliard Darby High School, and a transfer from Ohio University. 2nd and 13. Ohio State at their own 32-yard line. Jackson remains the single setback next to quarterback Julian Sayin. He's got Christian and Innes wide to the right, Claire and Adolph wide to the left. Sayin looking to throw. Being chased, rolls to his right, throws on the right, and it is incomplete at the 45 of Ohio State, where it was thrown for Brandon Innes, and it was knocked down by defensive back Cam Miller.
Gabe Van Sickle was in there, right guard. They ran a stun over there. The defender came right in, unblocked, and it was in Julian Sayin's face just as he was trying to set up and throw that pass, rolled out to his right, forced an incompletion.
3rd and 13, Ohio State at their own 32. Bryson Rogers, Brandon Innes will go wide to the left with another receiver. David Adolph is wide right. Donaldson in the backfield, but Julian Sand's going to toss. Sand, it is 21, throws up the right seam, caught by David Adolph, yanked right down at his own 45-yard line. They're going to say incomplete pass as Bo Mashko, defensive back, was covering David Adolph. It'll bring fourth down on.
Yeah, 3 and out, so Rutgers sidelines excited about that. Defense came up with some nice plays there. Forced that 3 and out. Buckeyes will punt for the first time.
For Rutgers, back will be, well, I'm seeing the number, but supposedly that was somebody who was injured for the whole season. Joe McGuire is in to punt it away for Ohio State. John Furman will snap it for the Buckeyes from their own 32-yard line. Shoulder high to McGuire, puts the punt in the air, and the returner backing up, waves for a fair catch, and makes it at the 24-yard line. That must be D.T. Sheffield who gathered that in. Rutgers will have the football, 10:50 to play until halftime. Timeout on the field, 7-3. Ohio State leading Rutgers. Today's broadcast presented by Huntington. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Buckeye Nation, the game's on fire. Whether you're in the stadium or on the couch, make sure Buckeye Vodka, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, is in your lineup. Distilled for a smooth finish, it's the perfect play for any game day. Grab yours and please enjoy responsibly. And be sure to follow them on social media at Buckeye Vodka. That's at Buckeye Vodka, 21 and over.
Hey, Buckeye fans. Are you thinking of consolidating your debt with a home equity loan? Union Home Mortgage wants you to know the average homeowner has over $200,000 of home equity available, and they can help you get access to your money quickly and easily. Go to UHM.com to get your cash estimate today. You'll score financial freedom with Union Home Mortgage, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Union Home Mortgage Corp. is an equal housing opportunity lender. NMLS number 2229.
For over 30 years, Schumacher Homes has been building affordable custom homes throughout the Buckeye State. Experience true customization on your land, your way, without any compromises. Come visit any of our 9 Ohio model home and design studio locations to see the latest in design trends and learn about our award-winning building process, or start online at SchumacherHomes.com. You'll be surprised how affordable a custom home will be. Schumacher Homes, proud home building sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Today's broadcast is presented by Huntington.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Buckeyes need Buckeyes, and Versity makes the blood donating process quick and easy. Join Brutus and give blood with Versity to save a Buckeye at the Wexner Medical Center. Versity. Schedule your next donation at VERSITI.org/OH. 10:50 to play till halftime here in Columbus. 7-3 Rutgers. Ohio State Buckeyes lead the Scarlet Knights. Down on the field to Dom Tiberi.
I'm standing behind the offensive lineman, and the coach is working with the iPad, going over some of the things that Rutgers doing, coaching them up, and clearly making adjustments to what Greg Schiano's doing. Not happy with the pressure they're able to get on Julian Sand.
Yeah, they're coming up with some line stunts inside and having some free runners into the backfield, so Ohio State's got to get that figured out. Not a good series there for the offensive line. As I mentioned, Gabe Van Sickle was in there at right guard, so when you switch things up, you got to get to make sure that everybody's on the same page. Clearly, they weren't on the same page that last series.
There's been a little revolving door at that right guard position. Ethan Kaliak-Manis, the Rutgers quarterback, comes out. He threw for 224 yards, 4 touchdowns, but 2 interceptions in Rutgers' last game a couple of weeks ago against Maryland, a game that they won. 1st and 10, Rutgers from their own 24. Antoine Raymond is the tailback next to the quarterback. 3 wide receivers dispatched, 2 to the right, single flanker Strong to the left. Salinkas, the center of the football, snaps it to Kaliak-Manis, the quarterback, hands it to the running back, and Jalen McLean will bring Raymond down right around the 33, the Ohio State safety, who hung on by the ankle to make the tackle.
Yeah, gain of 8 there on 1st down. It was a good run by Raymond there. Ohio State's linebackers were nowhere to be found on that play. Had to go all the way to safety level.
Raymond came into this game with an even 1,000 yards rushing, the second best in Big Ten play. 2nd and 2, Scarlet Knights at their own 32. Raymond remains next to his quarterback, Ethan Kaliak-Manis, who gets the snap, hands it to Raymond again. This time he's going to be stood up and stopped. Zion Grady, defensive end, brings him down right around the Ohio State 33-yard line.
Yeah, short gain there will set up this third and about 1 for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. So they're going to have to get a tackle for loss here. Get off the field. Defense.
Sorry, Jim. Corson 3rd and 1. Rutgers at their 33. Samuel Brown, senior from Philadelphia, will come in and replace Antoine Raymond at tailback.
Peyton Pearson in the ball game, so the Buckeyes got 3 linebackers in the game here.
2 wide to the right, tight ends on each side of the line for the Scarlet Knights. At 8th and Kaliak-Manis in the gun. 3rd and 1, Rutgers at their own 33. Kaliak-Manis fakes a handoff, rolls to his left, throws down the left side, ball in the air. Fletcher incomplete at the Ohio State 41, where Fletcher was covered by safety Caleb Downs. That'll bring 4th down up.
Schiano again halfway out in the field, almost to the numbers after that last play. Very energetic over there in the sideline early on.
Energetic or upset? Or both?
I don't think there was any penalty on that play.
I didn't think so.
What he was crowing about.
So 4th and 1 for the Scarlet Knights. Their snap will come on the punt play from Michael O'Connor from their own 33-yard line for Jacob Anderson. Brandon Ennis is back deep. Rutgers with an off-balanced offensive line protection set. Heavily strong to the right. Anderson is at his 18 to await the snap from O'Connor. He gets it shoulder high, rolls to his right, looking like he wants to run, but he does kick it with the right foot. Brandon Ennis is going to let that ball bounce inside the 20. It'll roll inside the 10, inside the 5, and Rutgers is going to get downed right around the 2-yard line. So the Scarlet Knights turn over a nice special teams play. With 9:17 left until halftime, it is 7-3. Ohio State with a lead, and the Buckeyes offense will have a long piece of field to navigate.
Yeah, with that punter rolling out, buying a little extra time, allowed the punt team to get down and cover up Brandon Ennis. He really had no shot there to field that ball with. He had 4 guys all around him, had the sun in his eyes, and decided just going to let it bounce, and took a very good bounce, a Rutgers bounce, to get it down at the 2-yard line.
So Ohio State will set up shop in the closed end of the stadium at their own 2 for quarterback Julian Sayin. Bo Jackson will be in the backfield with him. Brandon Ennis comes out wide to the right. 2 tight ends on the right side of the line, 1 on the left. As Sayin is in a shotgun in his own end zone. Gets the snap from Carson Hinsman, hands it to Bo Jackson, plowing straight ahead. Jackson maybe gets to the 3. That's where the pile will come to an end. Rutgers with a whole bunch of bodies pinching in there. Jacoby Henderson, cornerback, came in there to help make that play.
Tegra Shabola in at right guard, so the Buckeyes switched that up again and tried to run it on first down to give them a little extra room. Picked up a yard, maybe a yard and a half.
Yeah, to make it 2nd and 9 right around the Ohio State 3. Under 9 to play second quarter, 7-3. Ohio State leading. Ennis wide right, Adolph wide left. 2 tight ends into the line right. Donaldson is in a tailback behind Julian Sayin in a pistol. 2nd and 9. Ohio State at their own 3-yard line. Sayin gets the snap, hands it to C.J. Donaldson. Hit it first, but he'll move up to about the 5. Pile will push him backwards at about the 3-yard line as Rutgers head linebacker Daryl Jabome make the stop. Ohio State will look at 3rd down.
Yeah, they're going to mark that at the 5-yard line, so 3rd and about 7 for Ohio State. Got to find a way to get a conversion here.
They sure do. Ball at their own 5, as you said, Jim, operating for the closed end of the stadium after an outstanding Rutgers punt.
Maybe a little crossing route to Brandon Ennis here.
And let's see where Ennis is. He is going wide to the left. Clare is a slot left receiver. Rogers and Adolph wide right. Donaldson in the backfield next to Sayin. 3rd and 7, Ohio State at their own 5. And now Ennis moving in motion. Snap to Julian Sayin, back in his own end zone to throw. Fires middle of the field where it is caught. And the receiver is dumped at the 15. David Adolph. And at Abram Wright, linebacker makes the stop, but Adolph's catch gives the Buckeyes a first down pickup presented by Kroger.
Yeah, good throw and a good catch there. Julian Sayin put it right on the money, right on the numbers of David Adolph. Adolph comes up with the completion.
So the drive continues for Ohio State at their own 15. If my numbers are correct, that's the 2nd catch of the year for David Adolph.
First by receiver today.
Wow. 1st and 10, Ohio State at their own 15-yard line. Isaiah West in a tailback. He's to the right of quarterback Julian Sayin, who's going to throw again. Sayin looking from his 6, looking still, throwing out on the right side, and that's going to go incomplete at the 25. Either overthrew Rogers or underthrew West.
Or a
the pass
throwaway.
is legal. Number 32 is in the area.
So it'll be 2nd and 10, Ohio State, their 15.
Yeah, I think that was just a throwaway there. Felt some pressure coming from behind. That's, again, Rutgers doing a good job of getting a man free. Offensive line's got to shore things up.
Clock, 7:05 here in the second quarter. 7-3, Ohio State leading. Buckeyes scored on a 15-yard Bo Jackson touchdown run. Jay Patel, a 44-yard field goal for Rutgers. Adolph wide left, wide to the right are Innes and Rogers for quarterback Julian Sayin, who's got Jackson in the backfield with him. Sayin looks to pull the trigger once more. Dumps a screen left side. Bo Jackson at his own 15. Jackson by blockers 20 to his own 25, and he's going to get to about his own 29-yard line before he is finally stopped. Rutgers able to get that play made by Jet Elad, defensive back, but a nice gain by Jackson out of the backfield to move the chains.
Got an injured Rutgers player there on the 25-yard line. Luke Montgomery looked like he was grabbing his arm after that play.
Timeout for an injured player of the defense.
6:44 on the second quarter clock. We've seen this Ohio State running back group prove value with their pass catching abilities, Jim.
Yeah, it looks like they sure have. Back's got to have to step up and make a big play when your two top receivers are down. Looks like maybe number 6, Abram Wright, is the injured Rutgers player on that. He was the one trying to make that play on the screen.
I believe he's who recovered that fumble down around the goal line as well on Ohio State's drive that looked like it was headed toward a touchdown.
Yeah, they gave him credit for it.
7-3, Ohio State with a lead with 6:44 remaining here in the second quarter. You know, one of the Redcoats coming in this morning down there at the security gate said, I hope Ohio State gets a playoff game at home. And I wanted to say, that would mean some bad things have happened.
Yeah, that's not our goal.
Yeah. Understood the feeling, but
he just wants a little extra time. Overtime.
Yep, you know, there you go.
Coach Shiano down there in the knee right next to the injured Abram Wright.
Yes.
Offering words of encouragement.
Junior from Jacksonville, Florida. With 50 tackles coming into the game today. And this Rutgers defense certainly has had its issues, and they certainly did against Maryland 2 weeks ago when they gave up over 400 yards, but they also held Maryland to just 93 of those yards in the second half.
Buckeyes have 116 yards, so they got some work to do to get up to 400.
Yes, would say so. Of course, next week, Ohio State will be on the road. They'll be in Ann Arbor to take on Michigan. That'll be a 12 noon kick from the Big House. And the way things appear to be headed, that would put a berth in the Big Ten championship game on the line.
It's been a while since Ohio State's been over to Indy.
No, it's been since 2020.
Yeah.
During the pandemic year. That was the game where Trey Sermon went wild as we watched it on TV down there in the basement of the Schottenstein Center.
We were confined.
Yes, we were. 7-3, Ohio State leading, but Rutgers linebacker Abram Wright is still down on the field and getting prolonged medical attention.
Yeah, Ohio State trainers kind of walked halfway over there to see if they needed any additional help, but none given.
No, he is flat on his back.
Are they looking at his left leg there?
I'm not sure, Jim. Somebody is looking at the lower part of his body, and then others are seemingly addressing him in the shoulders and above. But it's just not normal to see this long a stoppage with somebody that close to the sideline. Now they're going to raise him into a seated position, so that's a good sign, and get him up on his feet.
Looked like Coach Shiano was buying an extra time out there, huh?
You know, he's been around the block.
Yeah. As soon as he got up, the player got up.
Yeah.
Okay, we stalled enough. Let's get up.
That's not his first rodeo. Well, the catch and run by Bo Jackson has given Ohio State a first down at their own 29-yard line. Whatever it takes, right?
Yeah. Saying a few prayers.
Yeah. C.J. Donaldson in a tailback, aligned behind quarterback Bo Jackson in a pistol formation. 1st and 10, Ohio State at their own 29-yard line. 7-3, Buckeyes leading. James Peoples is a slot right receiver with Donaldson in the backfield. Now Peoples motioning into the backfield and saying back to throw. Dumps it out on the right side where it is caught. Running to the 40-yard line, 45-yard line. Max Clare to the Rutgers 40. Clare angling to the middle of the field, tripped up and stopped at the Rutgers 31 by linebacker Dario Jabome. But how about that nice play, dumping it off to the right, and Max Clare got on his horse and moved into Scarlet Knight territory.
Yeah, it was the second time they were in that formation with Peoples lined up out to the right. First time they ran the football. That time they play action, faked the handoff there, and then threw it down the field to Max Clare, who was wide open.
He sure was. And made him pay. First down at the Rutgers 32-yard line.
Gain of 39.
5:42 and counting here in the second quarter. Max Clare, who had that catch, is wide to the left with David Adolph. Wide to the right is Brandon Innes with tight end Bennett Christian on the right side of the line. West, the tailback behind Sand. Isaiah West, the give, coming right side, and he's going to be stopped around the 33 of Rutgers by defensive back Bo Masco.
Yeah, Bo Masco, number 3, had him by the ankles there, and Isaiah couldn't pull out of that.
8 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown last week, Isaiah West, against the UCLA Bruins. So 2nd and 11. Ohio State at the Rutgers 33. As we near the 5-minute mark of the second quarter.
Yeah, it looked like he got back that line of scrimmage.
That's what I thought too, Jim, but they don't ask us.
Maybe a half yard behind.
Yeah. It is Bo Jackson at tailback. Wide to the right in the backfield of Julian Sand, who's going to toss it from the Rutgers 40. Sand looking. He shoots it middle of the field, caught Brandon Ennis, stopped at 29 of Rutgers by linebacker Abram Wright, who seems to be okay as he came back in and made a play.
Yeah, he got up there lipping with his left ankle after that. So.
His rest did him good.
Yeah. 3rd down.
7 to go. Ohio State at the Rutgers 29. Buckeyes trying to massage this clock here. 4:26 and counting. They'll get the ball to start the third quarter. Ohio State will, as they now own a 7-3 lead. David Adolph goes wide to the left. Brandon Ennis, Bryson Rogers, Max Clare off the line to the right, as is C.J. Donaldson, tailback. Now Donaldson motions into the backfield next to quarterback Julian Sand. 3rd and 7. Ohio State at the Rutgers 29-yard line. Sand directing traffic in the backfield. Gets the football in his hands. Looks to toss. He'll look and zip that up the right side. Caught by Clare at the Rutgers 25. Gets to the 24 where he is wrestled to the ground. At the 24 by corner Bo Masco.
Let's see if there's a decision here for Ohio State on 4th down. 4th and about 3. They're going to send their kicker out. No, they're bringing Lincoln Kienholz in.
Yes, we've seen the backup quarterback used in kind of like short yardage quarterback run situations. 4th and 2. Ohio State at the Rutgers 24.
Buckeyes 9-13 on 4th down for the season.
Kienholz will be the front man in a pistol with C.J. Donaldson right behind him at tailback. 4th and 2. Ohio State at the Rutgers 24. And now we get a whistle to stop play. Ohio State calls the timeout before the ball snapped.
Ohio State, their first 30 seconds.
Or as it was being snapped. Down on the field now to Dom Taberry.
Give you a little update on the Rutgers linebacker, Abram Wright, who laid on the field for quite a while. He came to the sideline. They taped his ankle up, and he sprinted back out on the field. He's back out there playing.
Yeah, we saw him make a tackle there a couple of plays ago. So the rest did him good. The tape must have been fantastic.
Yeah, it was a long break there for him. He's on the field for a few minutes.
Yeah. Like when they used to let you take smoke breaks outside your workplace. So I'm told. 4th and 2, right, Skip? Ohio State at the Rutgers 24. That was the old Skip Mossick.
Marlboro Man. Kind of remember that joke in Maryland with the camels.
Oh, turtle needs a camel. Yes. We apologize for our inside humor, but we have to just entertain ourselves sometimes. Lincoln Kienholz remains at quarterback. Nate Roberts and C.J. Donaldson behind him in a tight eye formation. Kienholz under center. 4th and 2, Ohio State at the Rutgers 24. They break that formation. Kienholz in a shotgun with Donaldson off his left hip. 3 wide to the left for Lincoln Kienholz, who gets the snap. Rolls to his left, looking to throw Kienholz. He'll lob that one downfield. And it's incomplete at the 8-yard line where it was tossed for Bennett Christian. That play got broken up as it filtered down to the left sideline. Rutgers had 3 defenders over there. The guy that seemed to be the closest to it. Is there a penalty flag down? Yes,
Personal
it was.
Foul, roughing the passer, defense number 94.
Wow.
15-yard penalty, first down.
Chet Elad was the defensive back who broke the play up, but the foul is against Bradley Weaver, defensive lineman, so the drive will continue for Ohio State.
That'll be half the distance, won't it? Yeah.
The penalty is half the distance to the goal. First down.
It was Kaj Sanders who broke up that play, and the Buckeyes now are in the Giant Eagle red zone, looking at first, and the scoreboard tells us 10 at the Rutgers 12.
Lincoln's in the game still.
This remains at quarterback, third-year sophomore from Pear, South Dakota. He's got Isaiah West off his left hip in the backfield. 2x2 receivers and multiple tight ends are involved. Kienholz straight behind center. Carson Hinsman gets the snap. Kienholz hands Isaiah West, sweeping right side to the 10. Shoves a defender to the ground as he goes out of bounds at the 6. And that defender was there, Bo Masco, trying to stop him, cornerback. But he got the runner out of bounds. West.
Yeah, good job turning the corner there by Isaiah West. He's going to pick up 5, so Lincoln Kienholz will go ahead to the sideline. Julian Sayin back on the field. Looks like James Peoples joined him.
2nd and 5. Ohio State at the Rutgers 7. Going wide to the right, David Adolph, Brandon Innes off the line to the left. And as you said, Jim Peoples is in the backfield behind Sayin in a pistol. 2nd and 5, Ohio State at the 7 of Rutgers. 7-3 Buckeyes leading with 2.5 to play until halftime. Sayin under center with a snap, fakes the handoff, looks to throw. Sayin will lob that right corner of the end zone for Innes. Got it for a touchdown. Brandon Innes. He had a defender right there with him. Jacoby Henderson going down the right side. But Brandon Innes reached in the air, grabbed it, hung on to it in the right corner of the end zone, and the Buckeyes have increased their lead to 13-3.
Tell you, Ryan Day ran down the sideline out of the coach's box almost to the 20-yard line there and was kind of pointing towards that corner of the end zone. I think he saw it coming. But that's where Julian had to go with the football. That's where they threw it. And Brandon Innes picks up his 4th touchdown of his career, 2nd this year.
PAT unit on for point number 14. John Furman is the snapper, Joe McGuire the holder, Jaden Fielding the kicker. They reviewed it. There will be no additional review. So the PAT unit is set to go to work for point number 14. But Brandon Innes makes a nice catch in the right corner of the end zone for the touchdown. Furman in position as the lines are set. Snaps it to McGuire, and the kick by Fielding is in the air, and that one runs right through the uprights to give Ohio State their 14th point of the game. And with 2:27 left until halftime, the Buckeyes have a 14-3 lead over Rutgers, and a drive that was aided by a big, costly penalty for the Scarlet Knights, Jim.
Yeah, roughing the quarterback there. The Ohio State scoring drive, powered by Honda, celebrating over 40 years of manufacturing right here in Ohio. 11 plays, 98 yards, 6 minutes and 50 seconds off the clock. Down the sidelines at Dom Taberry.
Well, Jimmy, Ryan Day fired up, as you said. He called that play, was pointing, and when Brandon Innes came off the field, Coach grabbed him, patted him, gave him a big hug, and that fired this Buckeye offense up. What a grab.
26th touchdown pass of the year for redshirt freshman quarterback Julian Sayin.
98 yards. How about that?
Yeah. So 14-3, the Ohio State
is now
lead.
Wearing number 49. Rutgers 20 wearing number 49.
Ben Black will be the deep returner for the Scarlet Knights, and Jaden Fielding set to kick it off for Ohio State. 2:27 remaining until halftime. We'll have the 2-minute timeout coming up here momentarily. And here comes Fielding to kick the ball with the right foot. Puts that in the air, and Ben Black is going to catch that at the goal line, but it'll be a touchback. So the Scarlet Knights will have the ball to their own 25-yard line.
Yeah, the defense needs to get a 3 and out here to get the ball back in the offense hands here before the end of the half.
Well, Rutgers comes in here 5 wins, 5 losses. Ran into a tough stretch in the middle of the season, but they got right with their win 2 weeks ago at home over Maryland at SHI Stadium. Ethan Kaliak-Manis, senior quarterback from Antioch, Illinois, gets the offense set. Antoine Raymond, tailback, is off his left side with a 3-receiver package. 1st and 10 Scarlet Knights in their 25. Give to Raymond, running right side, and he's got room. Gets to his own 37 before safety Jalen McClain of Ohio State stops him. And that'll be a Rutgers first down.
Where are the linebackers, right?
Really.
Getting that to the safety. That's a couple times now. That time a gain of about 12 yards.
Yeah, the seas just parted. And we're going to come up on the 2-minute timeout, we would think, before Rutgers snaps the ball, unless they do so rather rapidly, and they don't seem to be in a hurry to do so, and we'll get the 2-minute timeout here at Ohio Stadium. Our score, 14-3, Ohio State leading Rutgers. Today's broadcast presented by Huntington. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
The best outcomes for treating cancer come from early detection and early diagnosis.
The James Cancer Diagnostic Center at Ohio State
is designed to provide rapid evaluation and a clear diagnosis.
We are transforming care by giving patients direct access
to cancer experts who study and treat cancer every day.
If you think you have cancer, the choice is clear.
Choose the James Cancer Diagnostic Center.
Hey Buckeyes, I'm John Chabot with Surest, a digital-first health plan designed to make healthcare simple and affordable right here in Ohio. At Surest, we believe healthy small businesses are vital to our economy. That's why we're ready to give your small business a VIP opportunity through our small business sweepstakes. Winners will be recognized on the sideline at an Ohio State home football game. To enter, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Surest. That's SUREST. Surest, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Already prepping for next week's matchup? Get your best rest yet with Bob's Discount Furniture. Shop Bob's and choose from pillows, soft, plush, dual feel, and extra firm mattresses with Bobopedic memory foam that will have you dreaming of game day in no time. So shop in-store or online to score the latest and affordable luxury mattresses without the luxury price tag. Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Today's broadcast is presented by Huntington.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
2 minutes left until halftime. Ohio State's last score, a 7-yard TD pass. Julian Sand to Brandon Ennis, plus the point after, increased the Buckeyes' lead to 14-3 over the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers. Stay with us for our halftime show. Skip Mossick will visit OSU President Ted Carter, Athletic Director Ross Bjork, and check scores from other games coming up at the half. And let's pause 10 seconds for station identification of the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Always and forever, your Ohio State flagship station.
WBNS-FM HD1 Columbus.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
A Sand to Ennis touchdown pass, a Bo Jackson 15-yard run is what has gotten us to 14-3. Ohio State leading Rutgers. The Scarlet Knights on the board thanks to a Jay Patel 44-yard field goal.
Rutgers has rushed for 42 yards in this first half. That last one was a gain of about 12 yards, so Ohio State's defense has to button things up here, see if they can get a stop.
Ohio State leading the nation coming into this game, holding opponents to just 67 plays of 10 yards or more. That one you just referenced, Jim, goes over that number.
Yep.
So here come the Scarlet Knights working 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line. Ethan Kaliak-Manis playing in this stadium for the second time. His first with Rutgers. He was here in 2003 with the Minnesota Golden Gophers when he passed for 89 yards in an Ohio State victory over Minnesota.
Bo Atkinson checked into the ball game for Caden Curry, playing right defensive end.
Antoine Raymond tailback next to his quarterback Kaliak-Manis. First down Rutgers from their own 37-yard line, trailing 14-3. Snap to Kaliak-Manis, hands to Raymond, and Bo Atkinson, who you talked about, defensive end, drops him right at about the line of scrimmage, the 37.
Yeah, he did good job there playing the tackle, got off that block, read it perfectly.
And here they go right to the line, 2nd and 7, Rutgers from their own 37. Quick snap to Kaliak-Manis, sets it as 30 to throw, fakes a pass, now fires up the middle seam, and Davis Igbinosun jumps in front of Ian Strong and bats the pass down at the Ohio State 49-yard line.
Waving his finger in the air like, don't try that on me.
No.
And he was right there in position to get his right hand on the football to knock that incomplete.
Doing his best Dikembe Mutombo impersonation. It brings up a course in 3rd and 10 for Rutgers at their 37. Kaliak-Manis out of the shotgun, looking to pass again, floats that one down the middle of the field, and it's going to be intercepted by Igbinosun as he got in front of Strong, and he picks off a pass that he probably should have been called for interference on. There is a penalty flag down.
Yeah, it's in the backfield.
Well, Davison, Igbinosun, and Ian Strong were in
Personal
contact.
foul. Illegal hands to the face. Defense number 96. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
So that'll negate the interception by Igbinosun on a ball that was thrown for Ian Strong.
Yeah, get Edric Houston for having hands in the face of the offensive lineman. So referee was right there to make that call, and you'll get a fresh set of downs and the ball on the other side of the 50.
Yes. At the Ohio State 48 is where the drive continues for Rutgers with a minute and a half to play in the half. 14-3, Ohio State with a lead. Samuel Brown is back in at tailback now, replacing Ian Raymond. Ohio State getting some changes in the secondary with Devin Sanchez coming in as the defensive left side cornerback. Kaliak-Manis looking to his right to the Rutgers sidelines. He's got Brown next to him in the backfield. Now Kaliak-Manis changing the play call at the line. First down Rutgers at the Ohio State 40 out. Hand to Samuel Brown, slips. He goes down to the 50-yard line, and that'd be the end of his progress. And right there to make sure he went no further was Edric Houston, defensive lineman, that forced Brown, maybe not completely, but coaxed him to go to the ground.
Yeah, don't celebrate. He slipped.
Yes, 2nd and 10. Ball at the 50. Kaliakmanis to throw. Dumps that out on the right side where it is caught, and the receiver Sheffield goes out of bounds of the Ohio State. They're going to say the 40-yard line. Thought they might have given him a little bit further progress, but DT Sheffield, with a catch up the right side.
Yeah, there was confusion there in our secondary. There was no one close to Sheffield as he made that play.
3rd and 2 Rutgers at the Ohio State 40. With a minute 10 left until halftime. Kaliakmanis looking to throw, and he's going to be sacked back near the 50-yard line. There's a big pile of Buckeyes who got there to knock him down. Sonny Styles, linebacker. Also in there was Edric Houston, defensive lineman.
That'll back him up. Ohio State should use a timeout here.
With 48 seconds left until halftime.
They're going to let the clock run.
It sure seems that way, doesn't it?
Yep.
Rutgers looking at 4th and 9 at the Ohio State 47. Now they're going to get on the ball. Kaliakmanis in the shotgun, gets the snap, and we must have had a timeout called.
Prior to the snap, timeout, Ohio State, their second, 30 seconds.
So 35 seconds are on the clock here. We'll see if they change that at all. 14-3, Ohio State leading Rutgers as we near halftime of the final home game of the regular season at Ohio Stadium.
Yeah, Rutgers kind of coming out with the idea that we're going to go for it on all these 4th downs.
Mm-hmm.
This one's, 4th and long, 4th and 9, and they quickly got up the line of scrimmage and hiked the football. Ohio State was out of position there. Got the timeout called on the sideline.
Well, like you said, Jim, it looked like Rutgers was just going to let the time run off at first.
Yeah, and I thought they should have got a timeout right away. If you want a chance here to maybe get some points. Ohio State got points against UCLA right before the end of the half. They got a field goal last week.
Yeah, is that because of the punt that went off the side of the punter's foot into the breadbasket of Caden Curry? Now they're going to send their punter out. Well, they are sending out Jacob Anderson. The punter, Brandon Ennis, will be back for Ohio State to return it. 4th and 9, the down and distance. The snap from O'Connor will come from the Ohio State 47-yard line. Gets all the way back to Anderson, rolls to his right, and after a few stutter steps, puts it in the air. Brandon Ennis runs under that and has made for a fair catch signal and grabs it at the 16-yard line. So at 28 seconds left in the half, Ohio State will have the ball leading 14-3. Ohio State also will have the ball to start the third quarter.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised here if Ohio State just takes a knee. Rutgers does have 2 timeouts, but ball's on the 18, so they got 82 yards to go with not a lot of time left on the clock.
And without your 2 deep pass receiving threats.
Exactly.
Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate both not playing because of injury concerns today. So 1st and 10, Ohio State at their own 18-yard line with 28 seconds left, 14-3, Buckeyes leading. Looks like they're going to
run a play.
Yeah. James Peoples in the backfield off the right hip of quarterback Julian Sand, who gets the snap. He hands it to Peoples going left side, and Peoples is going to be stopped right around the 18-yard line by linebacker Daryl Jabome of Rutgers. And I think that's going to do it, Jim.
Well, it looks like Ennis is running towards the locker room.
Yep, and everybody from the sidelines are headed in the same direction. Halftime here at Ohio Stadium. It is 14-3, Ohio State leading Rutgers. Today's broadcast presented by Huntington. Stay tuned, Skip Mossick, with our halftime show coming up next. This is Buckeye Football from Learfield.
AgPro has been family-owned and operated for over 64 years. We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
Picture it, your holiday table, the family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps, spiced cider in every glass, laughter around every plate. At Kroger, we know these moments matter, and we make it easier to bring them to life with quality that's affordable in every aisle. This season, don't just host, make every moment unforgettable. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Donato's is bringing you huge savings on a large pizza. For a limited time, get any large one-topping Donato's pizza for just $10.99 when you order online and pick it up. That's right, just $10.99. I'm going with that pepperoni, but hey, You pick your favorite topping, then pick up your large one-topping pizza for just $10.99 when you order online using promo code PICKUP. That's promo code PICKUP. Pick up your Donatos and save today.
Hear every Buckeye game every year. The Fan. Welcome to the Buckeye Football Halftime Show on the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics. Once again, here's Skip Mossick.
Halftime at Ohio Stadium in Columbus. Buckeyes lead Rutgers here at the break 14-3. Joined as always by Ohio State Athletic Director Ross Bjork. And Ross, people still kind of buzzing about last weekend's festivities involving Ohio State great Jerry Lucas. What was the weekend like for you, and had you had much interaction with Lucas before you arrived here to Ohio State?
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, Skip. You know, Jerry Lucas is really just a legend among legends. When you think about his distinguished career, you know, the first person to win a high school, college, Olympic, and NBA championship. Just, you know, the way he conducts himself. You know, I just loved his speech. I think his speech was riveting that he gave, where he talked about how he lives his life and how he conducts himself. And, you know, here he is in, you know, his mid-80s, and he's still trying to learn, and he's still trying to get better. And I just thought that was a fascinating testament to his longevity, to his legacy. I did not have a chance to ever cross paths with him. I met him on my very first day here in Columbus, March 2nd, 2024. It was at the basketball game against our rival, and had a chance to meet him, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is the Jerry Lucas that I'm having a chance to meet. And, you know, just to be around him over the last year and a half has just been really special. So now the statue will stand forever, and we'll be able to walk by him and really just commemorate his legacy here at Ohio State.
Well, Ross, staying with the basketball theme, you know, Thanksgiving week has always been kind of synonymous with college basketball tournaments. You know, the women, for example, are in Bahamas. And while some of those old holiday tournaments for both the men and women are nice, we're seeing other events being created with some financial opportunities. What sense do you get from speaking with your counterparts at other schools regarding the future of some of those older holiday tournaments?
Yeah, you know, I think what we realize, Skip, in this era is that there's a lot of things that we have sort of just, you know, given away to third-party operators, to promoters, where perhaps we could do these things ourselves, or perhaps there's a better way to either drive revenue or drive attention. And, you know, you're seeing things like the Maui Invitational is struggling, you know, and that was the crown jewel. You always wanted to go to Maui and play in the Maui Invitational. There's been other tournaments that have had a great legacy like that as well. So I think the trend is the money is getting pretty large in some of these other offerings, like the Players Era tournament in Vegas. We have an opportunity to look at that for next year. So you're seeing more money on the table, and you're also seeing conferences and universities say, hey, could we do these things ourselves? And so, you know, again, I think that's where we have to lean in. We have to be creative. I know Jake, I love Coach Debo's mentality about we'll play a tough schedule in the non-conference. You know, I think we're proving that out, and that helps you in the Big Ten run. That helps you in the postseason run. So I think it's going to be something that we can be at the forefront. The Big Ten is trying to lean in on some of these things. So I think it's just a new era of revenue, NIL opportunities, and I think we can do a lot of these things ourselves.
Well, Ross, last thing, long-time Ohio State Athletics Communications Director Jerry Emig. This is his final home football weekend. He's going to be retiring in March. I know you wanted to touch a little bit on Jerry and all that he's done here at Ohio State.
Yeah, you know, Jerry Lucas, Jerry Emig, you can put legend behind their names. You know, Jerry Emig has just been a professional. The way he conducts himself, the way he has relationships across the local media and how he takes care of the local media. And, you know, obviously, Skip, you and the crew are in that category. Sure. You know, I think he just has great command and great respect. And then nationally, you know, he's well known nationally to do things the right way, how he represents Ohio State. So this is his last home regular season football game. We'll have a chance to celebrate him a little bit after the game and beyond. You know, obviously the season's not over, but this is the last home regular season game, so we want to make sure we acknowledge, you know, Jerry for his contributions to Ohio State. And he's going to retire on March 1st of 2026. And just set a great tone for what the future can hold here, but also a great way to just, memorialize Jerry for his contributions to Ohio State athletics.
That's Ohio State Athletic Director Ross Bjork. Ross, we always appreciate your time. We'll obviously see you next week for the big one up in Ann Arbor, okay?
Thank you. Go Bucks.
Again, the score here at the half, Ohio State 14, Rutgers 3. Up next, we will chat with Ohio State President Ted Carter as halftime activities continue. This is Buckeye Football from Learfield.
When it comes to your cancer diagnosis, the choice for your care is clear.
And when you choose the James at Ohio State,
you're opting for care from a highly specialized team dedicated to treating one type of cancer, yours.
A team that studies the unique makeup of your disease to develop a personalized treatment plan.
You're choosing our region's only comprehensive cancer center designated by the National Cancer Institute.
For your cancer care, the choice is clear. The James at Ohio State.
Ready?
It doesn't matter if you're playing hard or working hard. Your workout only works out if you recover right. Chocolate milk helps you recover for what comes next. It's delicious and contains the right mix of protein and carbs to help refuel exhausted muscles. From biking to bench presses, Milk's protein helps you build lean muscle and gain more from your workouts.
Ready? Recover. Repeat. Brought to you by the American Dairy Association Mideast, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hey, Buckeye fans, it's Paul Keels for Window Nation. Columbus, did you know you can get 2 free tickets to an upcoming Ohio State football game if you replace all the windows in your home with Window Nation? This month, they're offering 50% off all window styles, plus no payments for 2 whole years. That's right, no down payment, no monthly payments, and no interest until 2027. Get big savings, plus 1-day installation with Window Nation, a proud partner of Ohio State Athletics. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com today.
Your Ohio State flagship station, The Fan.
Today's broadcast is presented by Huntington.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Again, halftime at Ohio Stadium in Columbus. Ohio State 14, Rutgers 3. Skip Mossick joined now by Ohio State President Ted Carter. Hard to believe this is the regular season home finale. The season just flown by, but we always like to start with talking about your thoughts on the first 30 minutes.
Yeah, what a beautiful day for football. Our fans are out, and the best damn band in the land playing the Gates of Kiev, Mussorgsky. I mean, they sound fantastic. It's just a great day. Let's make sure this is our last home game. But, yeah, the first half, our offense, they're doing yeoman's work out there, 175 yards to their 76. So nice pass by Julian Sain there for the touchdown to Ennis. But, we get the ball in the second half. I like our playing so far.
We talk a lot about on-field excellence, but this week you had some significant news about off-the-field excellence as well, if you can tell everybody about that.
Yeah, we have just under 1,000 student athletes, and I always like to emphasize the word student as part of student athletes. We just got our graduation success rates numbers for the year, and again, we're just knocking it out of the park. The average across all of our student athletes was a 95% graduation success rate. We had, 23 of our 36 Division I sports programs were over 90%, and amazingly, 15 of our 36 sports teams, 100% graduation success rate. And, of course, our football team, 89%. Again, records across the board. Just really proud. When Ross and I talk about what is so special about, our Division I sports programs here, it's the student-athlete part. When athletics is changing dynamically around us all the time, the student-athlete part of what we do here is still the most important thing.
I'm sure a lot goes into it, but what do you think are the factors behind Ohio State's success in the classroom?
There's no doubt that it starts at the athletic director level, my level, but more particularly at the coaches, the assistant coaches, our academic leadership that helps, give advice to our players. It's across the board. We really care about it, and it shows in our graduation rates.
You hear people say, well, NIL world, these guys don't go to class. So you can answer that question right away.
We can. And I'm just, as the defending national champions in football for the nation, our football team academically was also number 1 in the nation last year, standing alone with a 1,000 out of 1,000 points academic progress rate, which is a rolling average. It's just a remarkable success rate in the classroom.
President Carter, we touched on this with Ross just a few minutes ago, but What was the experience like being part of Jerry Lucas's festivities last weekend for you?
What a moment to celebrate, Ohio State legend. Jerry is, an Ohio, born, superstar, won championships from high school to college to the NBA to the Olympics with a gold medal. Nobody else has ever done it. Obviously he was here with us in 1960 when we got our only national championship in basketball. But here's the coolest thing. We're talking about the student athlete. He was recruited by 150 different colleges coming out of high school in Middletown, Ohio. And the only reason he said yes to Ohio State is because we were the only one out of 150 schools that talked to him about academics. Wow. And Jerry's this incredibly bright, smart guy. And, he was tutoring our football players under Woody Hayes back in the day. So, what a great moment to celebrate our 5th statue to go up for legends here at Ohio State. And his family, everybody was just so excited. And then he dots the I at the shot. Our first really big Division I basketball game against Notre Dame, and we win in the final seconds by 1 point. Just capped off a great weekend.
The memory man is what they call him. He really is incredible. It's one of the great treats that we've had was the opportunity to speak with him over the years on the air. What a treat.
He's just such a nice guy, too.
As are you. Ohio State President Ted Carney, happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. We'll chat again next week up in Ann Arbor, okay?
All right, Skip, thank you, and go Bucks.
Again, at the half, Ohio State 14, Rutgers 3. We'll check your college football scoreboard next. This is Buckeye Football from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Ncaaf Insurance is prepared for what's next and protects what matters most to you. With independent insurance agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Ncaaf Insurance is an easy win for your peace of mind. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Ncaaf on your team. Visit Ncaaf.com today to find an agent near you.
Listen up, Buckeye Nation. Tailgates, busy mornings, even meal prep. Ohio eggs fit every game plan. Packed with healthy protein, easy to prepare, and always a crowd pleaser. Ohio eggs are the MVP of your plate. When you add a dozen eggs to your cart, you're not just buying breakfast. You're getting 1.5 pounds of protein-rich food for nutritious meals, quick snacks, and game day favorites. All in one carton. Thanks to Ohio farmers, more than 11 billion nutritious eggs are produced in the Buckeye State every year. Your playbook for delicious meals starts at ohioeggs.com.
Hey, Buckeyes, ready to one-up your rivals off the field? Abbott and the Big Ten are back with the We Give Blood Drive. By showing up to donate blood, you can help your school win $1 million for student or community health. Score a limited edition home field designed Ohio State t-shirt, and most importantly, save lives. Go to bigten.org/Abbott to find a donation location and put Ohio State in the lead. That's bigten.org/Abbott.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Today's broadcast is presented by Huntington.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
14-3. Ohio State leads Rutgers halftime here at Ohio Stadium. Skip Mossick with a quick check of your college football scoreboard. One other Big Ten game currently in progress. Wrigley Field in Chicago. Northwestern playing host to Minnesota. The Wildcats led early, but the Gophers responded.
And it's first and goal from about the 5-yard line. They're on the opposite side here. And here's a little quick hitting pass. Bobbled, but caught, and a touchdown! Javon Tracy has tied the game. His second touchdown in as many weeks.
Mike Grimm on Learfield. They're at the half. Minnesota 21, Northwestern 13. Top 25, just a few games in progress, all at the half. 31-0. Texas A&M leading Samford. Also at the half, it is Oklahoma leading at home over Missouri 14-6. Miami up on Virginia Tech 23. Halftime there. Late second quarter, fourth-ranked Georgia 28, Charlotte nothing. Again here in Columbus, Ohio State 14, Rutgers 3. Paul and Jim back to preview the second half next. This is Buckeye Football from Learfield.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Hosting a passionate crew of Buckeye fans? Revamp your rec room for an epic watch party with power reclining sofas, massaging recliners, entertainment centers, and coffee tables from Bob's. They even have sofas with drop-down tables for snacks and bevs. Shop in-store or online to score big on an incredible game day setup at Bob's everyday low prices. Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Hear every Buckeye game every year. The Fan.
Today's broadcast is presented by Huntington.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
DirecTV is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Stream the Buckeye satellite free on DirecTV. Visit directtv.com today to learn more. Halftime here in Columbus, Ohio State leading Rutgers, Jim, 14-3.
Yeah, Ohio State has 29 offensive plays for 175 yards, 80 yards on 17 rushes, 95 yards in the air. Rutgers has 30 offensive plays for 76 yards, 43 yards passing, 17 attempts for 33 yards on the ground. Individually for Ohio State, Bo Jackson, 11 carries for 62 yards and a TD along the 15. Isaiah West, 3 carries for 9 yards. Julian Sain throwing the football, 9 of 12 for 95 yards, 1 TD. Max Clare, 4 catches for 57 yards. Brandon Ennis, 3 catches for 10. One of those in the end zone for a touchdown. Sonny Styles, 5 tackles at halftime. Jalen McClain, safety with 4.
Again at the half, it's 14-3. Ohio State ahead of Rutgers. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
AEP Energy wants to know if you're ready to say goodbye to higher rates and hello to savings. Get your energy costs under control by locking in a fixed rate for your electricity supply. You'll lower your bills and get price protection from rising rates. Take control and lock in a low fixed rate. Visit aepenergy.com/OSU to get started. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. AEP Energy is a competitive retail electrical and natural gas service provider and affiliate of Ohio Power Company, AEP Ohio. AEP Energy is not soliciting on behalf of and is not an agent of AEP Ohio.
AgPro has been family owned and operated for over 64 years. We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
Buckeye fans expect a certain standard. That's true of the food they share on game day too, which is why Giant Eagle is always part of the game plan. With fresh, high-quality food and everyday savings, it's easy to tailgate like a champ or feed the ravenous fans at home. For long touchdown runs and effortless grocery runs, Giant Eagle is here. Giant Eagle, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Always and forever your home of the Buckeyes. Home of the Buckeyes. The Fan.
Today's broadcast is presented by Huntington.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
14-3, Ohio State leading Rutgers. Second half about to start. Welcome back to the Union Home Mortgage broadcast booth, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Learn about their 1% down payment program at UHM.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 2229. And let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Always and forever your Ohio State flagship station.
WBNS-FM HD1 Columbus.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
14-3, Ohio State ahead of Rutgers. Down on the field to Dom Tiberi.
Coach, what are you looking for here in the second half? What needs to be better?
Well, we had a couple really good drives. We obviously fumbled on the 1 yard line, which makes for a disaster of that drive after, I think, 11 plays. Came back, had a couple of good drives, and then, had a 99-yard drive, which was great. Now we start the second half right here. We need to have a good drive. We got to win versus man-to-man.
Thanks, Coach.
Jack Scullion set to kick off for Rutgers. James Peoples and Brandon Innes are deep for Ohio State. Lorenzo Stiles got injured in the first half, so we've not seen him in the kick return formation in which he set the world on fire last week against UCLA.
Yeah, that was a big play in that ball game.
Scullion's kickoff, a short popped kickoff that Brandon Innes will run up on and field it on a bounce at his 21, throw it behind him to James Peoples over his head, and the ball going backwards at about the 10-yard line. Peoples will gather it up at the 5 and it knocked out of bounds around the 8-yard line. So things go bad for Ohio State trying a throwback on a kick return play. Each first down that Ohio State picks up today brought to you by Kroger. Remember, Kroger Pickup is the easy way to get what you want right when you need it. Try Kroger Pickup today in the Kroger app or at Kroger.com.
Yeah, that would have been spotted around the 25, 26-yard line if he just ran up, tried to have a trick play there, throw it, and came up incomplete. Good thing James Peoples got on that football.
So Ohio State will start this drive at their own 9-yard line. David Adolph, Brandon Innes go wide to the left. Max Clare, Bryson Rogers wide right. And again, Ohio State playing without both Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith today. Quarterback Julian Sayin in a shotgun. Gets the snap. Sayin will hand it off Bo Jackson, right side 10-yard line, 15-yard line. He'll crawl up to about the 18-yard line. And almost the entire Rutgers defense brings the pile to an end at about the 22. Linebacker Daryl Jabome leads the charge, but where that pile ends, it'll be a first down past the 20.
Yeah, gain of 13 on that scrum play. It looked like it was going to be good for about 8 or 9 yards, and then Bo Jackson kept his feet driving. He was able to push forward. He got some help from the tight ends and offensive line and get it spotted out at the 22.
That did look like a rugby maneuver.
Yeah. 12 carries for 75 now for Bo Jackson, so close to his 5th 100-yard game.
First and 10, Ohio State at their own 22. Jackson, the freshman from Cleveland, Villa Angela St. Joseph's, lined up behind quarterback Julian Sayin in a pistol formation. Snap to Sayin, hands it Jackson. They collided with one another, and O'Neal, the defensive end, blows that play up right around the Ohio State 16-yard line. Eric O'Neal, defensive end, right there as it looked like Jackson and Sayin collided with one another.
Yeah, that's the 4th tackle for loss this Rutgers defense has recorded against Ohio State. That's a loss of about 4 yards there.
O'Neal had a career-high 10 tackles last game for Rutgers against Maryland.
Well, they're going to call it 3.
Okay, 2nd and 13. Ball at the Ohio State 19. Again, Bo Jackson, a tailback. He's to the right of his quarterback, Julian Sayin, who gets the snap. Sayin looking to throw. Heaves that up the left side where it is caught. And David Adolph will maneuver his way to his 34-yard line where he is tackled after making that catch by corner Jacoby Henderson. And that's a first down pickup by David Adolph, presented by Kroger.
2 catches now for David Adolph, both of them for first downs.
Making his first ever start. Senior from Dublin right here in the Columbus area, David Adolph.
He's got good size at 6'5", 210.
And getting an elongated chance to play today.
Yeah, former walk-on.
First and 10. Ohio State at their own 33, leading 14-3 over Rutgers early third quarter. Sayin in a pistol formation. Gets the snap. Hands it off. Bo Jackson pass right guard, and he stood up at about the 38, taken down at the 41. On his own side of the field by safety Jet Elad, and that's got the Buckeyes near another first down.
Looks like Abram Wright is down again, number 6. It's 3rd time today. Nice yards after contact for Bo Jackson.
Yes, it was, wasn't it? This time it looks like Abram Wright is holding his hands to the side of his head. Last time he was down, he was flat on the field. Back.
Here comes Dr. Schiano.
Not to make light of somebody being hurt. 12:34 to play here in the third quarter. Buckeye football brought to you in part by Ncaaf Insurance for auto and home, encircling you with solutions you can trust. Ncaaf, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Timeout, 12:34 to play, third quarter, 14-3. Ohio State leading Rutgers. Today's broadcast presented by Huntington. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Forever starts with the perfect diamond.
Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar, and for over 78 years, our family has helped generations of couples celebrate love with brilliance, quality, and unbeatable prices. At Diamond Cellar, bigger diamonds and better prices are our promise to you. Whether you're popping the question or upgrading your sparkle, trust the experts. Because diamonds, they're our forte. Visit us at Diamond Cellar on Sawmill Road or at Easton Town Center and learn more at diamondcellar.com.
Toyotathon is on. Get in the spirit of the season with a new Toyota. Now through December 1st, get $3,000 customer cash on remaining new 25 Tundras. Or get 0.99 APR financing plus $1,000 TFS APR cash. With approved credit through TFS, excludes TRD Pro, APR cash must be applied to deal. And every new Toyota comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance. For complete details, go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Now, getting ahead in this world is not as complicated as it might seem. Having the early guidance and counsel of your community banker, one who knows you and your family's story, can make a great deal of difference. Relationships matter. Bank on community banking. I'm Scott McComb, coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Today's broadcast is presented by Huntington.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Score perks on game day essentials all season long at Giant Eagle. Remember, Giant Eagle is a proud sponsor of Ohio State athletics. 12:34 to play third quarter here at Ohio Stadium. It is 14-3, Ohio State ahead of Rutgers. All appears to be copacetic, we think, with Abram Wright, the linebacker who was injured. He's gone off the field for Rutgers. And Ohio State will continue the drive, 2nd and 2 at their own 41.
Yeah, long two here. Let's see if Ohio State does try to take a shot down the field. And, of course, our shot makers are not playing today. Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith, so we'll see what they decide to dial up.
The touchdowns today, a Bo Jackson 15-yard run. Julian Sand, a 7-yard TD pass to Brandon Ennis. Rutgers score a 44-yard Jay Patel field goal. James Peoples in the backfield next to quarterback Julian Sand. David Adolph is wide to the left. Brandon Ennis off the line to the right. Now Adolph moving in motion from left to right. Sand with a snap, sets up to pass, some pressure coming. Sand throws up the field where it is caught, and Max Clare takes to the 50. Ball's fumbled at the end of the play, but Peoples there to get on it and fall on it in Rutgers territory, just past the midfield stripe. So James Peoples comes up with a loose pig, and Ohio State keeps the possession going. There is a penalty flag down.
Let's see what he's got here.
It is over near the Rutgers sideline, but Ohio State fortunate to be able to pick up that loose football. The officials with a protracted discussion.
Looks like they're going back to that line of scrimmage. They're not moving the chains. I know that.
That was quite a stick.
There's no foul on the play. The contact was ruled legal, first down.
Quite a stick by Bo Masco to separate Max Clare from the ball. Down on the field to Dom Tiberi.
I'm on the Rutgers sideline. The player that was injured, the linebacker Abram Wright, he is now in the medical tent. Earlier it was his ankle. Not sure what they're looking at now.
So 1st and 10, thanks to the James Peoples recovery of the loose pigskin.
That's the second time on this drive.
Yeah.
Well, the kickoff, he had to recover that one.
The ball is at the Rutgers 47-yard line. Sophomore from San Antonio, Texas, James Peoples, making some impressive plays. Isaiah West is in a tailback now. He's behind quarterback Julian Sand and gets the give, going left side West. Got blockers, gets to the Rutgers 44, goes down at about the 43-yard line for the Scarlet Knights. Jacoby Henderson, one of the first defenders who made contact with West on that run.
Yeah, he picked up a couple yards after that initial contact there, so good job by these running backs keeping their legs driving after they get hit the first time.
Now Lincoln Kienholtz coming in at quarterback. Usually it's further downfield where we see him inserted. But Kienholtz, who was in earlier, will run the Ohio State offense 2nd and 7 at the Rutgers 44. Ennis off the line to the left. Adolph off the line to the right. Offset I with Roberts and West, and Lincoln Kienholtz at quarterback in the middle of it. Gets the snap. Fakes a handoff. Pivots to his right. Looking to throw is Kienholtz. Fires upfield, and it is caught by Brandon Ennis. No, they say incomplete. Almost hung on to it at the 29-yard line. as he had a triangle of Rutgers receivers right around him. Kaj Sanders and Jet Elad out of the secondary there to help make sure that Ennis didn't come over that loose ball.
And Ennis was grabbing his shoulder after that last play. He's going to come over the sideline. Number 5, Mylan Graham, will check in for Ohio State.
Kind of bobbled that ball in the air, and it was seemingly up for grabs for one of the defenders for a moment. Now Julian Sand back in the Ohio State huddle. 3rd and 7, Buckeyes of the Rutgers 44. 10:48 to play third quarter, 14-3, Ohio State leading. Donaldson is in a tailback to the left of Julian Sand. Adolph wide left. Wide to the right are Rogers and Clare, as well as Mylan Graham. And Sand back to throw with some pressure coming. Sand looks, short toss left side in the air, incomplete for Max Clare at the 29 of Rutgers, where he was covered by safety Kaj Sanders.
Yeah, Max couldn't get separation there from Sanders there. He got his hands up a little bit late. That ball came out fast from Julian Sand's hand, so Buckeyes sputter here at midfield, and they'll punt for the second time.
Yes, they will. D.T. Sheffield will be back deep to await the punt from Joe McGuire, who is averaging just under 49 yards per punt, junior from Australia. 4th and 7, the down and distance. The snap will come from John Furman of the Rutgers 44. Waist high to McGuire, who kicks it with a right foot. Sheffield will let that one bounce behind him at the 10, rolls inside the 5, and Ohio State will get it touched up and down right at about the 2-yard line. That's where the Buckeyes got it covered up. So Rutgers will have a long piece of green grass to navigate. When you need urgent care, there are many choices, but there's only one advanced level of urgent care led by Ohio State emergency medicine physicians. Ohio State Advanced Urgent Care, when you need care fast, the choice is clear. Timeout with 10:33 to play third quarter, 14-3. Ohio State ahead of Rutgers. Today's broadcast presented by Huntington. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Ncaaf Insurance and their local independent agents are prepared for what's next and protect what matters most to you. Whether that's your home, car, business, or family, Ncaaf's got your back with a policy that fits you perfectly. With local independent agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Ncaaf's playbook is an easy win for your peace of mind. You can trust their team of agents to develop a strategy that's just right for you. And it's not just X's and O's. Your expert agent will guide you and provide insurance solutions so you can confidently manage your risk and count on a financially secure future. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Ncaaf on your team. Visit Ncaaf.com today to find an agent near you. Ncaaf is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Go Bucks!
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Today's broadcast is presented by Huntington.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Each Buckeye defensive third down this half is brought to you by Corson Fire and Security, protecting life and property since 1946. From knowledgeable salespeople to highly trained technicians, Corson provides the very best fire protection and security solutions to businesses throughout Ohio. Learn more at Corson.com. 10:33 to play third quarter at Ohio Stadium. It is 14-3. Ohio State leading Rutgers.
See Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate down on the sidelines enjoying some snacks there in the second half. Yeah.
Where are the snacks? Of course, they're enjoying those snacks because they are not playing.
Jeremiah's still limping around a little bit. Like to see that in better shape.
Absolutely. Well, the punt coverage team got the ball down to the 1. That's where Rutgers will have to start.
Yeah, good punt there by Joe McGuire. He positioned it to bounce about the 10-yard line and then roll, so it was a good job there placing that football. Scarlet
Knights and quarterback Ethan Kaliak-Manis set up shop at their own 1, coming out of the open end of the stadium at the south end of Ohio Stadium. Antoine Raymond will be next to Kaliak-Manis at tailback. Ian Strong and KJ Duff will be flanked out wide to the right. Tight end on the right side of the line is Colin Weber.
Buckeyes 4 linemen, 3 linebackers in.
All right, 1st and 10 Rutgers. From their own 1, Zelinskas, the center, snaps it to the quarterback, Kaliak-Manis, throws out of his end zone. It is caught at the 10-yard line by Ian Strong, cut down at the 10 by corner Jermaine Matthews out the right side.
Yeah, the Buckeyes brought some pressure there. Couldn't quite get to him, and they got that reception out, gain of 9.
Ian Strong, a junior from Coram, New York, makes that grab. Honorable mention all Big Ten last year. So 2nd and 1. Rutgers with the ball at their own 10-yard line. Strong comes wide to the left with Duff. Raymond in the backfield next to quarterback Ethan Kaliak-Manis. 2nd and 1. Rutgers to their own 10, trailing 14-3. Kaliak-Manis in the gun, gets the snap. Hands it, Raymond moving up the middle, right into the arms of Taiwan Malone and Kenyatta Jackson, 2 of the defensive linemen that throw him down behind the line of scrimmage. We'll see where they spot that to bring up a course and 3rd down for the Scarlet Knights.
Well, after rushing for 240 yards against Maryland, Raymond has about 21 yards, 22 yards on 10 carries, so they shut him down.
That was the 3rd best single game rushing appearance in Rutgers history.
Wow.
3rd and 1, Rutgers at their own 10. Samuel Brown replaces Raymond at tailback. Quarterback Ethan Kaliak-Manis in the gun. Gets the snap. Hands it for Brown going left side, and linebacker Arvell Reese slowed him. Others will stop him right around the 11. It looks like it'll be enough for Rutgers to get the first down.
Yeah, he just got it. He needed a yard, and he picked up a yard, so they'll get a first down after starting this drive on their 1-yard line.
Clock under 9 to play, 3rd quarter, 14-3. Ohio State with a lead. And Rutgers, who started this at their own 1, now operate from their own 11. Ian Strong and Sheffield. DT Sheffield will go wide to the right. KJ Duff comes wide to the left. Brown remains at tailback. Next to his quarterback. Now I think they've changed tailbacks now. Gurrier is in, and he'll get the handoff going up the right side. And he is knocked down. Ed Gurrier right around the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Sonny Stiles, linebacker, involved in that stop. No, it is Brown. He stayed in there.
Yeah, short gain, maybe a half yard. Buckeyes have kind of shut him down inside the tackles of making runs. They've had a little bit of success on the edge.
2nd and 9. Rutgers at their 12. Samuel Brown, I mentioned it earlier, he had only 7 carries coming into this game. Had been playing behind both Antoine Raymond and Jashawn Benjamin. Of course, Rutgers had Kyle Monangai rack up big numbers last year. 2nd and 9. Scarlet Knights to their own 12-yard line. Ethan Kaliak-Manis gets the snap, drops behind his own 5 to throw. Hit while throwing, ball loose, rolling into the end zone. Curry's going to fall on it. Curl and roll into the end zone. Caden Curry. They're going to down the ball, however, right at about the 1 as defensive lineman Caden Curry came and knocked the ball out of Kaliak-Manis' hand. He picked up the ball, downed himself at the 1, but rolled into the end zone, and Ohio State will have possession, knocking on the door.
Caden Curry working against the left tackle there, blew right past him, hit Kaliak-Manis. Ball came loose, looked like he rolled and got in the end zone, but they're going to rule him down at the 1-yard line. A strip sack for the senior playing in his final game here in Ohio Stadium.
Young man who had a big game in Seattle against Washington. That senior from Greenwood, Indiana, gives the Buckeyes a 1st and goal at the Rutgers 1. Buckeyes in the Giant Eagle red zone thanks to that turnover. Trying to increase a 14-3 lead.
Punch it in.
We're going to see Justin Terry in there as an extra blocking type of personnel. 1st and goal at the 1. C.J. Donaldson at tailback behind Nate Roberts. And Sayan under center takes the snap. Hands Donaldson past left guard, knocked down at about the 2 as Rutgers led a big charge coming in there, and it was Zaire Angoy who blew that play up, defensive lineman.
Offense 51 helmet came off through play. He may not participate in the next down.
Luke Montgomery lost his helmet, so he'll have to come out for a play.
Jim, it looks like Buckeyes got fortunate to get that ball put back at the 1. I thought it was further backfield, didn't you?
Ethan Oniawa, number 78, checks in.
So it'll be 2nd and goal, Ohio State at the Rutgers 1.
Yeah, that was a good spot.
Yeah. Terry will be the extra offensive lineman at the end of the line left. Roberts and Donaldson, I formation. Julian Sayan under center, Carson Hinsman. 2nd and goal, Ohio State at the Rutgers 1. Sayan fakes the handoff, looks to throw, rolls to his right, lobs it middle of the end zone, but overthrows Bennett Christian, who had some coverage put on by safety Jed Elad.
Now you got it. Now it's
holding. Offense number 78, 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Wow, Ethan Oniawa, who you referenced, just came in at guard, replacing Luke Montgomery as the culprit.
Yep. Cost us 10 yards, so 3rd penalty called on Ohio State. for minus 30 yards, and that was a costly one. Well, look at it this way. We got more room to work.
Yes. 2nd and goal at the 11 of Rutgers. Thank you for being so positive. 14-3, Ohio State lead. Trying to take advantage of a Caden Curry fumble recovery that had the ball at the 1-yard line as he knocked the ball away from Ethan Kaliak-Menace. C.J. Donaldson, tailback to the right of quarterback Julian Sayin. 3 wide to the right, single flanker, 8 off to the left, and Sayin looking to throw. Sayin heaves that one out on the left side and incomplete. He kind of threw that too wide of C.J. Donaldson out around the 8-yard line.
Julian Sayin now 11 of 16 throwing the football, so not one of his best performances. Got to get guys open, and no one was open on that play. Lucky it was just an incompletion.
Yes, Sam Robinson, linebacker, was covering. Bo Jackson will come in at tailback, replacing C.J. Donaldson. 3rd and goal, Ohio State at the 11 of Rutgers. With 7:04 to play third quarter, 14-3, Ohio State leading. Adolph goes wide left. Coming wide to the right are Rogers and Innes. Clare tight end on the right side of the line. Jackson in the backfield as Clare motions left for quarterback Julian Sayin. Receives the snap. Sayin looks, floats that left corner of the end zone. Wide open. Clare for the touchdown. 11 yards. Julian Sayin to Max Clare, who got behind safety Kaj Sanders, and it is a 20-3 Ohio State lead over Rutgers.
Well, that was a beautiful throw there by Julian Sayin. He rolled out a little bit to his right, bought some extra time, and then back to his left. He saw Max Clare wide open. They blew that coverage, and Ohio State gets the TD after going back 10 yards with a holding penalty.
And taking advantage of the Caden Curry fumble recovery.
Yeah, nice strip sack.
PAT unit on. John Furman to snap. Joe McGuire to hold, and Jaden Fielding to kick. Furman snaps. McGuire puts it down. Fielding's kick is up, and Fielding's kick is good to make it 21-3. Ohio State ahead of Rutgers. College football season is Modelo season. If you're listening to this right now, it's time to reward your full-time fandom with an ice-cold Modelo, brewed for full-time Buckeye fans. 7 minutes to play third quarter. Timeout with the score 21-3. Ohio State leading Rutgers. Today's broadcast presented by Huntington. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Paul Keels here for Window Nation. Columbus, now is the best time to replace your windows. Window Nation is offering 50% off all window styles, plus no payments for 2 whole years. That's right, no down payment, no monthly payments, and no interest until 2027. They'll also throw in 2 free tickets to an upcoming Ohio State football game if you replace all the windows in your home. Take advantage of big savings, plus 1-day installation with Window Nation, a proud partner of Ohio State Athletics. Call 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com today.
The best outcomes for treating cancer come from early detection and early diagnosis.
The James Cancer Diagnostic Center at Ohio State
is designed to provide rapid evaluation and a clear diagnosis.
We are transforming care by giving patients direct access
to cancer experts who study and treat cancer every day.
If you think you have cancer, the choice is clear.
Choose the James Cancer Diagnostic Center.
Now, the officials have been talking for quite some time.
Alrighty, let's see what they have to say.
Upon further review, there is no penalty on the play. However, we have conferred and discovered that Bob, the line judge, has saved a boatload for his kids' college using Ohio's 529 plan. It is tax-free, accepted nationwide. Bob recommends we all go to collegeadvantage.com. First down.
Well, that's not entirely unexpected.
Classic Bob.
Today's broadcast is presented by Huntington.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Buckeye fans, every time Rutgers gets inside the Buckeye 20 today, it's time to defend the shoe. Brought to you by Anduril, an official sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, whose mission is to transform U.S. military capabilities through advanced technology. Julian Sayin, 11-yard touchdown pass to Max Clare, plus the point after, has given Ohio State a 21-3 lead over Rutgers with 7 minutes to play in the third quarter.
The Ohio State scoring drive powered by Honda, celebrating over 40 years of manufacturing right here in Ohio. 3 plays, officially 1 yard, 40 seconds off the clock. Down on the field to Dom Tabarry.
Well, I'm not sure what Coach Day was talking to the officiating crew about, but during the entire timeout, he had 3 of them, including the head referee around him, animated conversation, but like I said, I'm not sure what he was talking about.
Ben Black will be the deep kick returner for Rutgers to await Jaden Fielding's kickoff. 21-3. Ohio State with a lead, and that score was set up by Caden Curry, forced fumble that he recovered. Line drive kickoff is going to land in the end zone for a touchback. So Ohio State taking advantage not only of the Curry fumble recovery, Jim, but taking advantage of the punt coverage that got the ball down to the 1.
Yes. Good job there there's a good team score there. All three phases played into it.
So Rutgers offense, all they've been able to manage today is a 44-yard Jay Patel field goal.
76 total yards.
Patel, by the way, was 3 for 3 against Ohio State a couple of years ago in field goals at Rutgers at SHI Stadium. 1st and 10, Rutgers with the ball to their own 25. Ethan Kaliak-Manis, quarterback. He's got Antoine Raymond next to him at tailback in the backfield. Kaliak-Manis in a shotgun with a snap. Feeds Raymond, sweeping to the right side, and he's collided with and stopped right around the 35-yard line. Pyle will move forward, but safety Caleb Downs came flying in there to hit Raymond.
Two-time All-American safety Caleb Downs comes up with the play. This year he's got 46 tackles for his career, 235 plus today's work.
And as we mentioned last week, the only active two-time All-American in college football. 2nd and 9, Scarlet Knights at their own 26. He might be a 3-time All-American by the time the year's done. Kaliak-Manis in the gun. Raymond off his right hip. 2 wide to the right, single flanker left. And looking to throw is Ethan Kaliak-Manis. Dancing feet. Eludes one defender. Eludes another. Just flips that ball out of bounds near the Rutgers 45. Well over the head of Sheffield, who was covered by corner Davis and Igbenosin. And it brings up a course and 3rd down. 9 to go. Rutgers at their 26.
And the Buckeyes get their nickel defense out there. Leroy Roker checks in. Lorenzo Stiles, remembers, nicked up there in that first half. Haven't seen him since.
Roker, a redshirt freshman out of Fort Myers, Florida. 3rd and 9, Rutgers at their 26. 6:17 to play third quarter. 21-3, Ohio State leading. Samuel Brown in a tailback. Next to quarterback Ethan Kaliak-Manis, who's got a 4-receiver package spread over the field. Gus Solinkas, the center over the ball. Snaps it to Kaliak-Manis, who looks to throw. Dumps that out on the right side and well overthrows his intended receiver, Ben Black. Jalen McClain, the safety, was covering Black, but that pass was too wide of Black.
Yeah, Black cut it inside and the pass went outside, so they were off on that communication there. So 3 and out by the Buckeye defense. They'll send their punter out, and Brandon Ennis in the ball game.
Their punter, Jacob Anderson, who at one time was a goalkeeper for a Gaelic football club. He is at his own 11. Gets the snap, rolls to his right, puts it in the air with his right foot. Brandon Ennis drifting to his left, waving for a fair catch, and he makes it at his own 30. Ohio State owns the football. They own a 21-3 lead. Timeout on the field with 6:06 to play third quarter. Today's broadcast presented by Huntington Bank. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Buckeye fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, beer.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Hi, this is Paul Keels. This Buckeye season, don't let a broken windshield ruin your game plan. Safelite Auto Glass makes it easy to get your windshield fixed with their mobile glass shops all over Central Ohio. They can come to you anywhere, giving Buckeye fans more time for game time. OH? Man, I love that. Schedule at SafeLight.com. Safelite Auto Glass is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
SafeLight Repair, SafeLight Replace.
Today's broadcast is presented by Huntington.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
21-3, Ohio State leading Rutgers. 6:06 to play third quarter in Columbus. Buckeye fans, drive into your neighborhood Valvoline Instant Oil Change for an expert oil change done in about 15 minutes. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. And let's pause 10 seconds for station identification of the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Always and forever, your Ohio State flagship station.
WBNS-FM HD1 Columbus.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Well, with the holiday coming up Thursday, we are all thankful to be here and thankful to be with all of you on the radio, with Ohio State leading Rutgers 21-3 in the home finale of the regular season here for Ohio State at historic Ohio Stadium.
Yeah, Thanksgiving's a great time of the year for families and friends and
football.
Used to be season used to be done before Thanksgiving.
Yes, it used to be. No longer. It's a new world, as we learned in many ways, Jim.
Buckeyes still got everything in front of them, though, looking to go 11-0 and beat the team up north, playing a Big Ten championship, and certainly in the playoffs.
And on and on and on, we hope, just like last year. 1st and 10, Ohio State will have the ball at their own 30-yard line, trying to get their 11th win in 11 games against Rutgers, a series that they have dominated. Julian Sayin sets up. He has thrown 2 touchdown passes today, one to Brandon Ennis, the other to Max Clare. Sayin in a pistol formation with Bo Jackson behind him at tailback. And he'll feed Bo Jackson running right side at his own 30. 35-40 Bo Jackson. And he's pulled down at his own 45-yard line. Kaj Sanders, safety for Rutgers, finally stopped Bo Jackson, who built up ahead of steam, and he gives the Buckeyes a first down.
Yeah, he's close to 100. I think that'll give him 95 yards on 15 carries. So Buckeyes are right back to the line of scrimmage.
Their own 45-yard line. Jackson right off the right hip of quarterback Julian Sayin, and it's going to be Jackson running it again, going left side behind blockers, but taken down at his own 48. He couldn't get past the blocker and linebacker. Daryl Jabome of Rutgers brings him down.
They'll give him 98 yards now on 16 carries.
And he'll leave the lineup in favor of James Peoples.
Came in here averaging 6.6 per attempt. He's at 6.3 right now.
Yeah, 112 last week against UCLA, his season's best. 2nd and 7. Ohio State at their own 48-yard line with almost 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Peoples, the sophomore from San Antonio, is off the right side of quarterback Julian Sayin. Sayin with a snap. Fakes the handoff, sets up to pass from his 40. Short toss out on the right side, complete. Running to the Rutgers 40 is Max Clare. Hurdles to the 30, taken down at the 28-yard line. As dropping him was linebacker Daryl Jabome. But just like James Peoples did last week, Max Clare goes into hurdle mode and gives Ohio State a first down.
He's conscious of not fumbling that football there. Halfway through his run, he put both arms on the ball and then realized, hey, there's no one around me. I could put it in my right arm again. And then, as you mentioned, got in that Edward Moses pose.
Yes, very well put. 1st and 10. Ohio State of the Rutgers 27. 21-3, Buckeyes leading with less than 4.5 to play in the third quarter.
Dayton native.
Yes, he is. Edwin Moses Boulevard over there by UD Arena. Mylan Graham wide right. Max Clare, Brandon Ennis, and Bryson Rogers wide left. Sayin with a snap. Back to throw. Sayin will heave that down the right side for Graham, incomplete at the 11 of Rutgers, where he was covered by corner Bo Masco and covered rather aggressively.
Yeah, he had 2 hands on him. The official right behind him, though, didn't pull the flag, so no call. Buckeyes will have some work here on 2nd down and 10.
At the 27 of the Scarlet Knights. You mentioned Ohio State playing at Michigan next week. Rutgers will be at home against Penn State. 2nd and 10, Ohio State of the Rutgers 27. Nate Roberts, Mylan Graham wide left. Brandon Ennis wide right. Bennett Christian tight end right side of the line. Jackson back at tailback behind quarterback Julian Sayin in a pistol formation. Jackson the give, running straight ahead. Jackson grabbed and dumped right at the 27 as Rutgers lineman Jordan Thompson hauls him to the ground.
Yeah, he was working against our center there, Carson Hintzman. Was able to come off that block and hold Ohio State just to a 1-yard gain there.
To make it 3rd and 9 at the Rutgers 26. 3:44 and ticking off the clock.
Yeah, just a little bit outside field goal range. Need a first down.
Max Clare at the end of the line left. Wide to the left are Rogers and Ennis. Wide to the right are Peoples and Graham, leaving Julian Sayin alone in the backfield. 3rd and 9, Ohio State at the Rutgers 26. Sayin changes the play at the line of scrimmage. Drops back in the shotgun, gets the snap. Sayin looking to throw. Sayin will heave that up the left side of the field inside the 10. Incomplete, and a flag comes out, and Bryson Rogers was hogtied and dragged to the ground by corner Jacoby Henderson inside the 10.
Yeah, defensive pass interference there, and flag came out. Coach Chiano's talking to his defender there and giving him words of encouragement, but the Buckeyes will get that first down.
You know, Rogers was going to have to come back to the ball, but he was
pass
denied the chance.
Interference, defense number 10, 15-yard penalty, first down.
And the Buckeyes, because of that, now in the Giant Eagle red zone with 3:15 to play in the third quarter. 21-3, Ohio State's lead.
Been spotted at the 11, so opportunity to get a first down before scoring, but let's get in the end zone here, one way or the other.
Right. Brandon Ennis goes wide to the left, coming wide to the right, Mylan Graham. Two tight ends on the left side of the line, Christian and Claire. Single setback is Bo Jackson. Julian Sayin under center, Carson Hinsman. He's going to hand it to Jackson, coming right side at the 10. And down at the 10 he goes as Rutgers had that play sniffed out. And making the stop, linebacker Sam Robinson.
And Masco, the cornerback, also involved in that play. He's been active today.
Yeah, there's some question about him after getting banged up 2 weeks ago in their Maryland game.
Well, they got Bo Jackson now exactly 100 yards.
Which would be his 5th such game of the year.
Not too many freshmen have done that around here.
No. 2nd and 9. Ohio State at the Rutgers 10. Jackson reigns in the backfield to the left of quarterback Julian Sayin, who pitches it out to Jackson. Running left side to the 10. Gets blockers to the 5. Cuts it up the middle and goes into the end zone for a touchdown run of 9 yards. Bo Jackson, his second scoring jog of the day. A 9-yard TD run. And that increases Ohio State's lead to 27-3 over Rutgers.
Little toss to the left there. Julian Sayin catches that snap, tosses it over to Bo Jackson, who turns a corner. Looked like he was going to take it towards a pylon, then cut it back to the inside and ran over a few defenders to get it in the end zone.
He sure did, and got that initial line of blocking and then slipped through other people.
They're officially going to call it a 10-yard TD.
From the 9-yard line.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out one day.
Yeah.
PAT unit is on. John Furman to snap. Joe McGuire set to spot, puts it down, and the kick for Jaden Fielding is up, and it is good. So Ohio State now with a 28-3 lead over Rutgers with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to play. Here in the third quarter, the game kind of taking shape like most people thought it would, Jim.
Yeah, it certainly does. And it took a little while. They kind of had to keep pounding them a little bit, but that running game is starting to improve for Ohio State. They've rushed for 132 yards, passed for 157. The Ohio State scoring drive, powered by Honda, celebrating over 40 years of manufacturing right here in Ohio. 7 plays, 70 yards, 3:36 off the clock. They got help with a little defensive pass interference by Rutgers to give them a first down.
Yeah, significant help. So now the kickoff unit will be deployed, and Ohio State's defense will go back to work. Again, this was a game that had some people feeling a little uneasy at half, with Ohio State just leading 14-3. They've created a little separation, but there's still quite a bit of football left to be played. Ben Black will be the deep returner for Rutgers. Jaden Fielding will be the kickoff man for Ohio State. Last home game of the 2025 regular season. And here comes Jaden Fielding, putting his foot to the ball. And that one Ben Black will let land in the end zone for a touchback.
5 100-yard games for Bo Jackson. That's the most since J.K. Dobbins in 2017.
Boy, he did have a phenomenal debut year.
He's getting close to 1,000, too. Came in the ball game with 725 yards, so...
Which is impressive considering how they spread the work out amongst 4 running backs.
Exactly.
Rutgers first and 10 at their own 25-yard line, but in a 28-3 hole. Ethan Kaliak-Manis, quarterback. He now has Jashawn Benjamin in the backfield with him at tailback. Benjamin is a junior from Pahokee, Florida. Kaliak-Manis will feed it. Benjamin sweeping to the right side, gets hung up behind blockers, and defensive end Caden Curry will plant him at the Rutgers 25.
Ohio State will take them just running the football and taking time off that clock. You think Rutgers would come out trying to throw the football around here a little bit, but we'll see what they do in this next down.
especially with some of the talent that their receivers have shown. Maybe not so much today, but at other points of the year. Kaliakmanis himself has had 4 games this year of 300 yards or more passing. 2nd and 10, Rutgers from their own 25. Ethan Kaliakmanis gets the snap, back to throw with Downs blitzing. Downs drops him at the 16. Safety Caleb Downs came running in unhindered and just ran and knocked him over for the sack.
Yeah, he was lined up left of the formation, got in motion, kind of got to the middle of the field, and then just kept coming. Took him right down and picked up the 3rd sack, the 4th sack for Ohio State's defense.
Course in 3rd and 18 for Rutgers at their own 17-yard line. Caleb Downs, junior from Hoxton, Georgia, and a transfer from Alabama. He's been an impact player for the word go ever since he landed at the Ohio State campus. 3rd and 18, Rutgers at their 17-yard line. Kaliakmanis in the shotgun. Sam Brown next to him as running back. Kaliakmanis at his 9. Throws left side, dropped by Ben Black at the 24. He was open. He should have had it. He dropped it. He hit him in a bad place.
The hands.
The corner, Devin Sanchez covering him. 4th down coming up.
Yeah, good defensive stop there. Good series. Force a 3 and out. And this will be punt number 5 for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights.
And Jacob Anderson with 1:04 to play in the 3rd quarter. Brandon Innes will be back deep for Ohio State. Michael O'Connor, the long snapper, will snap it from the Rutgers 17-yard line. Low snap. Anderson gets the punt away. Line drive punt. That one's going to land inside the 35. Check out of bounds of the Ohio State 31.
Before that punt, he was averaging 46 yards per punt.
That one looked a little wonky.
So it's a little bit above his average coming in the ballgame at 43.5.
Ball is placed at the 30 for Ohio State with 57 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, and the Buckeye offense will come onto the field working with a 28-3 lead. And Lincoln Keenholtz again will come out at quarterback.
Yeah, start milking some clock here.
Yes. Keenholtz in his 3rd year at Ohio State, but really only 2 years of eligibility. Last year was a redshirt season for him. He played in just a couple of games with no stats. This is his 7th appearance in a game this year. 1st and 10, Ohio State at the 30. Keenholtz will work under center Carson Hinsman. Isaiah West, the single setback. Moving in motion, Brandon Innes, right to left. Keenholtz pivots to his right, looking to throw. Keenholtz is going to run to the 35, out of bounds at the 36, as he went out in front of corner Bo Moscow.
Well, you wonder if this is a rest or what they like to call load management for Julian Sand.
We know one person will be happy the backup quarterback's playing.
Yeah.
Coach Cooper. He's always talking about get the backup quarterback in there. 2nd and 4. Ohio State at their own 36 with less than a half minute to play in the 3rd quarter.
Well, we saw him truck a UCLA
yes.
defensive back last week.
James Peoples is in the backfield next to quarterback Lincoln Keenholtz, who takes off running right side. Keenholtz to his own 40, and he'll go out of bounds at the 45-yard line as Rutgers kind of closed the field down on him. Dario Jabome, linebacker, forced him out of bounds, and the 3rd quarter will come to a close here at Ohio Stadium with the Buckeyes owning a 28-3 lead over the Scarlet Knights at Ohio Stadium. Today's broadcast presented by Huntington. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Buckeye fans expect a certain standard. That's true of the food they share on game day too, which is why Giant Eagle is always part of the game plan. With fresh, high-quality food and everyday savings, it's easy to tailgate like a champ or feed the ravenous fans at home. For long touchdown runs and effortless grocery runs, Giant Eagle is here. Giant Eagle, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Donato's is bringing you huge savings on a large pizza. For a limited time, get any large one-topping Donato's pizza for just $10.99 when you order online and pick it up. That's right, just $10.99. I'm going with that pepperoni, but hey, you pick your favorite topping. Then pick up your large one-topping pizza for just $10.99 when you order online using promo code PICKUP. That's promo code PICKUP. Pick up your Donato's and save today.
Experience Buckeye game day like never before. Welcome to the 1922 Club. the most exclusive space inside Ohio Stadium, where luxury meets tradition in the heart of Buckeye Nation. Enjoy upscale food and beverages and a game day atmosphere like no other. Create lasting memories with friends and mingling with other Buckeye fans, and celebrate every OHIO in ultimate comfort. Become a member of the 1922 Club today. Memberships are limited. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com.
Buckeye football lives here. The Fan.
Today's broadcast is presented by Huntington.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Back at Ohio Stadium, Skip Mossick with a check of your college football scoreboard. It is brought to you by Encova Insurance. Encova, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. One other Big Ten game currently in progress. Fourth quarter, Wrigley Field in Chicago. Northwestern and Minnesota are knotted at 28 apiece. Top 25. Fourth quarter, Texas A&M 41, Samford nothing. Third quarter, Oklahoma leads at home over Missouri 17-6. Fourth quarter, Miami 27, Virginia Tech 10. Third quarter, Georgia up big at home over Charlotte 35-3. Second quarter, Alabama 14, Eastern Illinois nothing. A couple of games around the state this afternoon. First quarter up at the Glass Bowl. Toledo leads Ball State 14-0. NCAA Division II playoffs getting underway today. Third quarter, Minnesota State 24, Findlay 7. Third quarter, Ashland leading Minnesota Duluth 17-7. Ohio State 28, Rutgers 3 as we head to the fourth with the voice of the Buckeyes, Paul Keels.
You be careful driving to Nippert Stadium after this is over.
I will, Big Daddy. Thank you.
Senior Day with the Bearcats of Cincinnati hosting BYU, and Skip's daughter Emily, a cheerleader, her last home game coming out on the field to Nippert Stadium. Welcome back to the Union Home Mortgage broadcast booth, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Learn about their 1% down payment program at UHM.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 2229.
Well, the Buckeyes got a first down here, and the drive's still alive in the fourth quarter. We saw Lincoln Keenholtz in there the last couple plays. We'll see if that continues. No, looks like Julian Sands trotting back out there.
Sure does. Of course, Ohio State playing today without Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith. Injury concerns keeping them sidelined for today's game. So Julian Sands, the starter, redshirt freshman from Carlsbad, California, has thrown a couple of TD passes today, one to Max Clare, the other to Brandon Ennis, giving him a total of 27 scoring tosses on the year.
Buckeyes with that last first down are over 300 yards of total offense, 304 to be exact. Rutgers, 70 yards of total offense, 52 pass, 18 on the ground.
First and 10, Ohio State at their own 45. Isaiah West, tailback, next to quarterback Julian Sands. Two tight ends, set his wings to the left. And Sands with a snap, hands it West, running right side behind a couple of blockers, but he's cut down at his own 45-yard line. Rutgers looked like it was Jacoby Henderson corner who came low to make that stop.
Buckeyes coming with their counter action again, pulling a couple linemen to the right there, and Rutgers did a good job of adjusting that, getting some bodies over there and stopping the Buckeyes for no gain.
And Lincoln Keenholtz will return to quarterback. Second and 10, Ohio State with the ball at their own 45. David Adolph goes wide to the right. Brandon Ennis and Bryson Rogers flanked left. West in the backfield next to quarterback Lincoln Keenholtz. Second and 10, Ohio State at their own 45. Here early in the fourth quarter, Buckeyes leading 28-3 over Rutgers. Scarlet Knights adjusting defensively. Keenholtz takes off running right side. Shakes the defender, gets to the 50. Keenholtz to the Rutgers 40. Inside to the 35. Tripped up and stopped at about the 32. Ball was fumbled at the end of the play, but I believe they blew it dead. Jacoby Henderson was the guy that got Keenholtz off balance.
The ruling
on the ground.
On the field is the runner was down prior to the ball coming loose.
So Keenholtz with a big gain to give Ohio State a first down into Rutgers territory.
Well, good. No one recovered it, so.
Yeah. And they're going to put that ball at the 34 of Rutgers.
Boy, he's got some speed when he turns that corner.
He sure did.
We talked about the multi-purpose sport guy that he's been throughout his career.
Multiple state championships in football. Averaged 19 points a game in basketball and hit over 400 in baseball in South Dakota.
You got that memorized by now.
Well, I've written it down enough times. First and 10, Ohio State at the Rutgers 33 with Julian Sands in at quarterback. Sand in a pistol set will hand it off. Isaiah West, left side of the Rutgers 30, 25, 20, stumbles to the 10, keeps going to the 5, and that's where he is knocked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Isaiah West was driven out of bounds by defensive back Jet Elad. The Buckeyes in the Giant Eagle red zone thanks to Isaiah West in an impressive run.
Yeah, and there's a little talk in jaw, and Jet Elad had some words there for the running back after he made that big run there, and offensive lineman didn't like that.
Well, I'm surprised there was an official standing right there, too, that he didn't throw the flag. Because Jet Elad was not shy about his histrionics. 1st and goal. Ohio State at the Rutgers 5. And Lincoln Kienholz back in at quarterback. This reminds you of Roger Staubach and Danny White when they would almost alternate on plays with the Dallas Cowboys.
Coach Landry.
Yes.
We're going to get a timeout here or what?
Yeah, and Ryan Day seems to be questioning the officials. It's either Ryan Day or Brian Hartline questioning the officials about something, and I don't think they're going to call a timeout.
Maybe it's a play clock issue there.
The play clock was set incorrectly. Please reset the play clock to 25.
There you go.
Both clocks will start on my signal.
Game clock moving, 12:09 and rolling, 4th quarter. 1st and goal, Ohio State at the Rutgers 5. Innis wide right. Peoples comes wide to the left, along with Max Clare, leaving Lincoln Kienholz alone in the backfield. Now Peoples will motion next to him. 1st and goal, Ohio State at the Rutgers 5. Innis moving in motion. Kienholz gets the snap. Looks right, looks left, looks still, throws left corner of the end zone to nobody. As Kienholz got planted by a defender who came up cleanly chasing him. It was defensive end Jordan Walker.
The pass is legal. The quarterback was in the pocket. The pack crossed the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
They don't need us, Skip. just let the official describe what's going on.
And he's doing a fine job.
Yes, he is. 2nd and goal. Ohio State at the 5 of Rutgers. 11:47 to play, 4th quarter. Ohio State trying to improve upon a 28-3 lead.
Coach Shianer didn't argue that too much.
No, he did not. No. So changes on both sides, including Julian Sand returning at quarterback for Ohio State. C.J. Donaldson will be the tailback. Sand under center, Carson Hinsman. Sand gets the snap. Feeds it Donaldson, running past right guard. Donaldson trucks his way into the end zone, and they're going to say play dead at the 1 with flags coming out. I thought he got into the end zone, Jim, didn't you?
Yeah, I sure did.
The officials immediately pointed to the ground. Now they're discussing things. The flags came out quickly.
Yeah, what was that flag on?
Well, C.J. Donaldson went over right guard in a hurry and pushed a defender into the end zone with him.
The officials over there talking to Coach Shiano. Coach Day's by himself.
The ruling on the field is the runner is short of the goal line. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense number 70 is first of the game. 15-yard penalty. The down counts. It's 3rd down.
Wow. Little meltdown there. Philip Daniels called for the penalty. And that ball's moved back to the 15-yard line of Rutgers.
Yeah, I didn't see anything there by Daniels. Nothing stood out.
The ruling of the runner short of the goal line is under review.
This official review, the first in a few weeks. Plus, the editorial comments are brought to you by AAA. Become a AAA Buckeye MVP member today at AAA.com/Buckeyes.
So it could be a TD, and then you would take the 15 yards after that play, right?
Now, looking at a quick replay here, Jim, it looked like Donaldson's elbow may have hit the ground before he got to the goal line. Maybe not. They just showed a replay on the big scoreboard. Now it looks like he broke the plane before his elbow hit, maybe.
Yeah.
But the call on the field was that he was short of the goal line.
Yeah, I saw Philip Daniels. What he did there is he blocked this guy pretty well at first, and then as his defender was falling down, he kind of jumped on him, maybe speared him.
Oh. A no-no.
Yeah.
So the play is being reviewed. Amazing that through the last 2 games, UCLA and Purdue, there were no reviews.
After review, the result of the play is a touchdown. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 70. His first of the game, the 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
So C.J. Donaldson, the touchdown run. And that adds to the score, making it 34-3 Ohio State, pending PAT.
That gives C.J. 10 for the season, and I think 40 for his career, if my numbers are right.
You are. Yes, 40 rushing. Absolutely.
Wow. some big numbers there.
Yeah, a lot of them coming when he was a West Virginia Mountaineer down in Morgantown. PAT unit on. John Perlman will snap. Joe McGuire to hold, and Jaden Fielding will kick. And his kick is in the air, and his kick goes right through the uprights. So Ohio State's lead is now 35-3 over Rutgers. Buckeye football brought to you by Aetna Medicare Solutions. Guidance for the Medicare protection you need. Timeout on the field. 11:39 to play, fourth quarter. 35-3. Ohio State ahead of Rutgers. Today's broadcast presented by Huntington. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Picture it. Your holiday table, the family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps, spiced cider in every glass, laughter around every plate. At Kroger, we know these moments matter, and we make it easier to bring them to life with quality that's affordable in every aisle. This season, don't just host, make every moment unforgettable. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Toyotathon is on. Get in the spirit of the season with a new Toyota. Now through December 1st, get 4.75 APR financing on remaining new 25 Corollas and Corolla hybrids. Excludes GR and Corolla Cross. Or lease a gas-powered 26 Corolla LE for $199 a month for 39 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Forever starts with the perfect diamond. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from The Diamond Seller, and for over 78 years, our family has helped generations of couples celebrate love with brilliance, quality, and unbeatable prices. At Diamond Seller, bigger diamonds and better prices are our promise to you. Whether you're popping the question or upgrading your sparkle, trust the experts. Because diamonds, they're our forte. Visit us at Diamond Seller on Sawmill Road or at Easton Town Center and learn more at diamondseller.com.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Today's broadcast is presented by Huntington.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Stay safe this season and make a plan for a safe ride home. If you drive drunk, you will be caught and you will be arrested. Drive sober or get pulled over, funded by the Ohio Traffic Safety Office and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. C.J. Donaldson, a 5-yard touchdown run plus the extra point. Ohio State leading Rutgers 35-3 with 11:39 to play, fourth quarter.
The Ohio State scoring drive, powered by Honda, celebrating over 40 years of manufacturing right here in Ohio. 7 plays, 70 yards, 4 minutes, 18 seconds off the clock. Down the sidelines to Dom Taberi.
Jim, I'll tell you what, the offensive line, boy, this has been a much better half of football for these guys. They've really stepped it up, and there's a nastiness to these guys. Julian saying over right now, giving them high five, and these guys are looking at the iPad, and they still got their game faces on. These guys mean business.
Jaden Fielding with the kickoff has to kick it from the 20 because of the penalty. Ben Blackfield's into the 14 for Rutgers. Right side returning 25, and he's going to be stopped at about the 29-yard line. Aaron Scott, defensive back, was the guy that got in there to slow that return up initially. Something we've seen him do quite a bit this year on special teams.
Yeah, he's got great speed and does a fantastic job on special teams. And well, we saw him at the Purdue game come up with a big play there at the end of that game to make it get a stop. But Ohio State, the first time that they decided to bring it out, and they get it out to the 29.
Yeah, because of the penalty, the kickoff came from the 20. So Rutgers with the ball, as you said, Jim, at their own 29, but the Buckeyes leading 35-3 here in the fourth quarter. Ethan Kaliak-Manis, the Scarlet Knights quarterback. Straight behind center in a shotgun, gets the snap, hands it off, and a running back moving left side to the 40 to the 42, and that's where the stop is made at the 42 of the running back, Antoine Raymond, by Leroy Roker, who's in at safety, but Raymond picks up the Rutgers first down.
Buckeyes have freshman defensive end Zion Grady in, playing for Caden Curry, who's done an outstanding job in this game with a couple sacks and a strip sack.
Yes, forced a fumble and recovered it. Set up a score. 1st and 10 Rutgers at their own 44-yard line. Ethan Kaliak-Manis looks to the sideline. Gets set to receive the snap out of a shotgun. Now Kaliak-Manis fakes the handoff to Raymond, looks to throw, zips that up the left side of the field. It's caught by Strong, who's dumped to the Ohio State 34-yard line by linebacker Peyton Pierce, and that's another Rutgers first down.
Well, we've seen these offenses have success against Ohio State, especially in the fourth quarter, right? When we take out some starters and mix things up a little bit in the secondary and the defensive line, then all of a sudden the confidence comes back for the opponent and they make some plays.
Yep.
2 straight first downs for Rutgers.
Yeah, excuse me, that was KJ Duff who made that catch. So 1st and 10 Rutgers at the 34 of Ohio State with 10:19 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Callie McManus straight behind his center, Gus Zolinskas. Antoine Raymond next to him in the backfield. Raymond the give, running around the right side, and he's going to be dragging defenders with him up to about the 26. Linebacker Peyton Pierce, defensive end Caden Curry end up bringing that play to an end.
Yeah, they got 70 yards in this ball game. Now they got about 45 on this drive alone.
Well, Antoine Raymond coming off an outstanding performance, 41 carries, 240 yards, and a touchdown 2 weeks ago. You mentioned that was the 3rd best single game in Rutgers history. It was the 5th best game in all of FBS this season. 2nd and 2, Scarlet Knights at the Ohio State 26-yard line. With 9:36 to play fourth quarter, 35-3, Ohio State leading. Callie McManus, the quarterback, is going to change the play at the line of scrimmage. Single receiver Strong to the right, Duff and Sheffield wide left. Raymond in the backfield. Give to Raymond going up the middle, and Raymond in trouble. He's going to be thrown down right at about the 29-yard line by linebacker Riley Pettijohn, freshman, and that brings up a course and 3rd down.
That'll be a tackle for loss, minus 2 or 3 yards there. Ohio State defense, especially Will Smith, got some penetration, and Caden Curry, Edric Houston also there to help.
So 3rd and 3, Rutgers at the 27 of Ohio State. Less than 9 to play here in the fourth quarter. Sheffield and Strong wide left, Duff wide right. There's a tight end Fletcher on the right side of the line. Raymond in the backfield with Ethan Callie McManus, the quarterback. 3rd and 3, Rutgers at the Ohio State 27-yard line. Callie McManus keeps it, looks to throw, dumps it out for Fletcher, tight end left side, and he is stopped at the 25 of Ohio State by defensive back Bryce West. It's enough, however, to move. Is it?
Yeah.
Yep, should move the chains. Yep. And let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Always and forever your Ohio State flagship station.
WBNS-FM HD1 Columbus.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
1st and 10, Rutgers at Ohio State's 24. 8 minutes to play in the game, 35-3, Buckeyes leading. Ethan Callie McManus. He gets set in the gun, then he goes to the line to give instructions, drops back into a shotgun. Gets the snap. Hands it again to Raymond, sweeping left side. Raymond is to the 20, and that's all the further he will go. 20-yard line before sophomore linebacker Peyton Pierce drops him.
Gain of about 4 or 5 yards left. Looking to mark it as a 4-yard gain as he runs behind the left side of his offensive line. Receivers did a good job blocking outside on the edge as well.
They're giving him a lot of work here today. Sophomore from Montreal who played his high school football in Clearwater, Florida.
That's 14 carries now for 51 yards.
2nd and 6, Rutgers at Ohio State's 20. Antoine Raymond remains in the backfield next to quarterback Ethan Callie McManus. And Callie McManus set to pass. He'll toss that one left side toward the goal line. Incomplete for Sheffield. Jermaine Matthews violating him as the flag comes out. And it'll be pass interference on the Ohio State defensive back Jermaine Matthews. Rutgers inside the Buckeye 20. Time to defend the shoe, brought to you by Anduril.
Pass interference, defense number 7. 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
You could kind of smell that coming.
Well, there was some hand checking on both sides. It looked like the receiver had both hands in the chest of Jermaine Matthews, and he held on there at the end, and he got the flag thrown on him. That's his 2nd of the ball game.
So it'll make it 1st and goal, Rutgers at the Ohio State 5. Scarlet Knights have only scored thanks to a 44-yard Jay Patel field goal. 1st and goal at the Ohio State 5 for quarterback Ethan Callie McManus. Antoine Raymond off his right hip. 2 receivers wide right. Now one of them will motion to the left. Handoff. No, it's a keep. Callie McManus tosses out on the right side. Fletcher, the tight end, he is dropped at the 2-yard line. Fletcher had Leroy Roker, safety, coming over there to drop Kenny Fletcher, moving to the right side.
Yeah, I think Leroy Roker's going to be a good safety when he finally gets into that starting lineup. Did a good job running through traffic there to make that play.
They put it at the 1. We're at his 2nd goal for Rutgers. Callie McManus straight behind his center. Hands it to Raymond, wiggling his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Antoine Raymond gets his 12th rushing touchdown on a 1-yard lunge into the end zone. And it changes the score, 35-9 favor Ohio State.
Well, aided by a penalty. That certainly gave them 15 yards there in that red zone, but they made a couple big plays, had a pass play, went for 30-some yards, and were able to get it in the end zone.
So the PAT unit will come out for Rutgers. They're going to go for 2, it looks like now. So Callie Akmanis and the offense will stay out there. Antoine Raymond, who scored the touchdown, will be at tailback. 2-point conversion for Rutgers. Zelinskis, the center over the ball, snaps to Callie Akmanis, the quarterback. He looks, throws into the end zone, and it is picked off. Devin Sanchez grabbed it to thwart the 2-point play as that ball was thrown in the right corner of the end zone for Ian Strong. So the score will remain 35-9. Ohio State leading Rutgers, 6:43 to play fourth quarter. Timeout on the field. Today's broadcast presented by Huntington. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Buckeye fans expect a certain standard. That's true of the food they share on game day too, which is why Giant Eagle is always part of the game plan. With fresh, high-quality food and everyday savings, it's easy to tailgate like a champ or feed the ravenous fans at home. For long touchdown runs and effortless grocery runs, Giant Eagle is here. Giant Eagle, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
At Ohio State, we are the never afraid to innovate teams. The agile, get-it-done teams. The achieve more together teams. And the improve people's lives teams. Together, we are the Ohio State University.
Learn more about Ohio State at osu.edu/impact.
AEP Energy wants to know if you're ready to say goodbye to higher rates and hello to savings. Get your energy costs under control by locking in a fixed rate for your electricity supply. You'll lower your bills and get price protection from rising rates. Take control and lock in a low fixed rate. Visit aepenergy.com/OSU to get started. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. AEP Energy is a competitive retail electrical and natural gas service provider and affiliate of Ohio Power Company, AEP Ohio. AEP Energy is not soliciting on behalf of and is not an agent of AEP Ohio.
Your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan.
Today's broadcast is presented by Huntington.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
When life gets real, start at Kohl's, where they've lowered prices on thousands of items your family needs for whatever life brings. Kohl's, where families come first. Antoine Raymond, a 1-yard touchdown run for Rutgers, but their 2-point conversion try is unsuccessful. So the score is 35-9. Ohio State leading Rutgers. Down on the field to Dom Taberi.
Well, Paul, that touchdown was set up by that pass interference call. Coach Ryan Day was not happy with that call. Made sure the officials know he was not happy, but to no avail.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it went back and forth. The receiver was pushing on the defender. Jermaine Matthews there. And like I said, the last guy got caught, I guess.
I want to be there the one time when they change it.
Yeah. That was an 8-play, 71-yard drive. Took 4:51 off the clock.
James Peoples will be the deep returner for Ohio State. Brandon Ennis, who's normally the deepest guy, will be an up returner at the 10. As Jack Scullion will tee it up to kick it off for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. 35-9, Ohio State with a lead. 6:43 left in today's game, the last game of the season at Ohio Stadium. It has flown by, hasn't it, Jim?
It sure has. Some of the fans have checked out to the parking lot.
And some of the others, as they've done around the country, have gone shirtless in the corners of the end zones, waving their shirts in the air. Scullion with a short kickoff, and Ennis runs up and makes a fair catch. So Ohio State will have it at their 25-yard line. That fad started at Oklahoma State for some reason, and it is caught on all over the country. Timeout on the field. 6:43 to play fourth quarter here in Columbus. Today's broadcast presented by Huntington. 35-9, Ohio State leading Rutgers. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Spectrum is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Wherever Buckeye fans gather, from the shoe to living rooms and watch parties across the country, Spectrum brings the game to you. Every snap, every score, every Saturday. From the season opener to cold weather conference showdowns, from Big Ten battles to the game versus that team up north. This is more than football. It's tradition powered by Spectrum, connecting us all. Go Bucks!
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong. You are fearless. You are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Hey, Ohio State fans, are you looking to score big with your home equity? Union Home Mortgage will help you unlock the value of your home and fund the promises you've made to yourself and your family. If you need to pay off debt, have home improvements, or whatever your family needs are, visit UHM.com and score financial freedom with Union Home Mortgage, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Union Home Mortgage Corp. is an equal housing opportunity lender and MLS number 2229.
Today's broadcast is presented by Huntington.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
6:43 to play fourth quarter here at Ohio Stadium in Columbus. 35-9, Ohio State leading Rutgers. Time to spotlight today's best in game, brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line, who works hard to be the best in the game and is a proud sponsor to support those striving to be the best in theirs.
Well, Caden Curry, 6 tackles, 2 sacks in this ball game, and a forced fumble. He's been outstanding playing in his final game here at Ohio Stadium. And then on the offensive side, I'll go Max Clare, 7 catches for 105 yards and a TD. That's the most catches he's had in Ohio State uniform.
And certainly that kind of takes presence because of the Buckeyes playing without Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith today. Down on the field to Dom Tiberi.
Well, Lincoln Keyholtz is coming out, although Julian Sayin warmed up. They may continue going back and forth, but Keyholtz out there now.
Playing in his 7th game this season. Keyholtz, a third-year sophomore from Pierce, South Dakota. And he's a young man that kind of had to wait behind everybody last year when Devin Brown was here, when Will Howard was here, as well as Julian Sayin. But getting some opportunity, and of course we saw Lincoln Keyholtz a few years ago forced into dirty at the Cotton Bowl in a less than ideal situation.
Yeah, early in his career, early this year we just saw him run, but now they're mixing it up a little bit, giving him the full playbook.
And he's the front man in a pistol formation with Isaiah West behind him. First down, Ohio State from their own 25, leading 35-9 over Rutgers. Keyholtz feeds West, running right side. West through the middle of the field, and he's going to be knocked down at about the 28-yard line of Rutgers, as Eric O'Neill, defensive lineman, is one of those defenders who got him on the ground.
Ohio State's got some backups on that offensive line. Pretty much the whole second team for the offensive line is in there playing, so getting some rest for the starters here in the final minutes of this fourth quarter.
Jordan Thompson also helped make that stop. 2nd and 6. Ohio State at their 29 as we near the 6-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Out of the huddle they come. David Adolph will go wide to the right along with Nate Roberts. Off the line to the left, Mylan Graham. Jelani Thurman, tight end of the line left. West in the backfield with Lincoln Keyholtz, the Ohio State quarterback. Keyholtz fakes a handoff, dumps to the left side, caught Jelani Thurman. He'll scoot up down to the 45 of Ohio State and pushed out of bounds just shy of the 40-yard line by linebacker Sam Robinson. It's a first down pickup presented by Kroger to Jelani Thurman, tight end.
It's 7 receptions now in the season for Jelani Thurman, a big target at 6'6", 250 pounds, and we all remember that catch he had against Penn State last year.
Bengals fans might remember his dad, Odell Thurman. Ball at the 48 on the Ohio State side of the field, thanks to that run by Jelani Thurman. 1st and 10, Ohio State. 5:20 and counting in the fourth quarter clock. Lincoln Keyholtz in his number 3 Scarlet jersey, awaiting the snap from Isaiah Kemma, who's in at center. Snap, Keyholtz feeds West, running right side. West to the 50 and down at the Rutgers 49-yard line. Isaiah West tried to build up a head of steam, but finally safety Kaj Sanders dropped him.
Yeah, they like what Kemma's done at center, especially with the injury to Josh Padilla. That's kept him out the last couple of ball games. I did see Padilla warm up and thought he would be good to go today, but again, just trying to keep everybody fresh.
They're going to put that ball at the 50 on that run. So 2nd and 8 for Ohio State. 4:40 and counting here in the fourth quarter. 35-9, the Buckeyes with a lead. Thurman on the end of the line to the right, coming wide to the left for Ohio State are Roberts, Graham, and Adolph. And Lincoln Kienholz in the pistol awaits the snap from Kemma. He's going to hand it off James Peoples right side. He gets to the Rutgers 40, and he may be gone. 30-yard line of Rutgers, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. James Peoples, his 3rd touchdown in the last 2 weeks. That touchdown run right around a 50-yarder, and Ohio State adds 6 more, leading 41-9.
Yeah, they're going to give him officially a 49-yard touchdown run for James Peoples, and he looked like he was shot out of the cannon. Once he turned up and went down the sideline of Rutgers, no one could catch him. Races into the end zone, and the Buckeyes put another TD on the board.
James Peoples had 2 touchdowns last year in the first 2 weeks of the season. He's got 3 touchdowns now in the last 2 weeks of this season. PAT unit is on for Ohio State. John Furman to snap, Joe McGuire to hold, and Jaden Fielding's kick is up, and it is good in the north end of the stadium. So Ohio State now has a 42-9 lead over Rutgers.
The Ohio State scoring drive, powered by Honda, celebrating over 40 years of manufacturing right here in Ohio. 4 plays, 75 yards, 2:26 off the clock. James Peoples, 3 carries for 55 yards. And of course, he got most of it on that last one, along a 49.
Yes, he did, and he turned that right corner, and he was off to the races.
He sure was. And the Buckeyes now over 400 yards of total offense, 434 with that 75-yard drive there. That's pretty good there by Lincoln Kienholz,
yes.
Right? Just 4 plays.
Absolutely. 42-9. Ohio State ahead of Rutgers. We thought the Buckeyes might major in the running game again today, and they certainly have, Jim.
Rushed for 258. That's after going 222 last week. So That's picking up here at the end of the year, which is a great sign.
It certainly is. And this was a game that had people nervous at the half. 14-3, Ohio State with a lead, but they have separated here in the second half.
Yes, they have. Let's see if Rutgers gets some backups into the ball game here.
Ben Black will be their kick returner, a sophomore from Charlotte, North Carolina. And Jaden Fielding, who has been busy with kickoffs and PATs, will drive this one in the air. And Black will let that land in the end zone for a touchback. So 42-9, Ohio State ahead of Rutgers with 4:17 to play.
As we mentioned, the first half, it looked like Jaden Fielding was, popping him up on purpose there. Now he's just driving him into the end zone, which we've seen him do pretty much all year long.
You think trying to prompt returns what they were doing in the first half?
I think so.
Yeah.
See if they can get down there and cover and maybe force a turnover.
Well, Athan Kaliak-Manis will remain at quarterback for Rutgers. Jashawn Benjamin, a junior tailback, will be next to him as Kaliak-Manis works in the shotgun. Gives signals to change a play. 2 receivers wide to the right. Strong is the single receiver to the left for Rutgers. And Kaliak-Manis is going to hand it to Benjamin. Started wide to the right, but he's going to be knocked down around the 28-yard line as Ohio State was able to get some pressure put on by lineman Jason Moore.
Yeah, kind of emptying the bench here in the defense. Josh Mickens, number 52, in at 1 defensive end. Riley Pettijohn, Peyton Pearson at linebackers for Ohio State.
Good opportunities for guys that haven't necessarily played a lot.
Yep.
2nd and 7. Rutgers at their 28 with less than 4 minutes to play in the game. 42-9, Ohio State leading. Benjamin off the right hip of quarterback Kaliak-Manis. And Athan Kaliak-Manis will feed it again to Benjamin. And he's got room, tackled at the 36 of Ohio State by defensive back Fahim Delane. That'll move the chains for a first down for Rutgers.
Peyton Pierce had an opportunity, was in position, but then kind of took a step too far, and the offensive line was there able to seal him inside, and they cut off that block, and Benjamin picked up that first down.
Young man that came in averaging 5 yards per carry. In Rutgers' bowl game last year, he had both a TD run and a TD catch. So first down for the Scarlet Knights at their own 37.
Boy, they'd like to go bowling this year, wouldn't they?
They would like to, but they're going to need to beat Penn State in New Jersey next week to do it.
Didn't they go as a 5-17
They
one year?
did because somebody either academically didn't qualify or some reason. Snap to Caliac Manis. He'll hand Benjamin going left side, and he's going to get to the 40 and tackled at about the 41-yard line. That's where his stop occurs, and making the play for Ohio State defensive back Bryce West. Yeah, somebody had to bail, and they only had like 8 days to get ready for the bowl game.
And when you're a 5-7 team, and they pick a 5-7 team, it's academic, right? It's based on the academic progress, so there's always an incentive to do well in school.
2nd and 6, Rutgers of their own 41 as we near the 2-minute timeout here in the fourth quarter. Caliac Manis looking to the sideline and his coaching staff. Ethan Caliac Manis in the shotgun with a snap. Again, he's going to hand it Benjamin going straight ahead, and Peyton Pierce will deny him right at the 40-yard line of Rutgers, and that brings us to the 2-minute timeout here in the fourth quarter. 42-9 is the Ohio State lead over Rutgers. Today's broadcast presented by Huntington. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Buckeye Nation, the game's on fire. Whether you're in the stadium or on the couch, make sure Buckeye Vodka, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, is in your lineup. Distilled for a smooth finish, it's the perfect play for any game day. Grab yours and please enjoy responsibly. And be sure to follow them on social media at Buckeye Vodka. That's at Buckeye Vodka, 21 and over.
Do you have questions about Medicare? Let us help. Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, plans include benefits for your whole health, like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-888-76-AETNA to learn more. There's no obligation to enroll. One of our licensed agents will answer your call and help you pick the right plan for you. Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our D-SNPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
Today's broadcast is presented by Huntington.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Ohio State 42, Rutgers 9, 2 minutes to play, fourth quarter. Next week, Ohio State is at Michigan. We'll be on the air with the AEP Energy Buckeye pregame show beginning at 10:30 a.m. And a reminder to stay with us after the game for the Ncaaf Insurance postgame show. We'll hear from Coach Ryan Day and announce our postgame awards, including the IBEW Electric Play of the Game.
Well, Buckeye fans will start turning their attention towards the team up north, and focus will be on our two wide receivers if they can get healthy and get into that ball game. Got to think they would do whatever they can to play. This game we lost. Lorenzo Stiles got hurt in the first half. We'll get an update, I'm sure, in the post game on his status or what happened to him.
You know, he was out there right around halftime walking around with his teammates and everything, so you hope that's a good sign.
Exactly.
But, as you said, Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith both did not play today. Unspecified injury concerns. Course in 3rd and 6 for Rutgers with the ball at their own 41-yard line. And Rutgers has changed quarterbacks. A.J. Surris has come into the game. Surris is a young man from Pennington, New Jersey. His father is the head football coach at Princeton. He used to be an assistant with the Bengals.
This is third game he's played this year, I believe.
It is. 4 for 9 passing, 58 yards, 2 TDs.
Well, that's pretty good.
A.J. Surris. 3rd and 6. Rutgers at their own 41. Surris has got Benjamin in the backfield with him. And on the third down, the handoff will go to Benjamin. Left side, he makes it to the 45 on his own side of the field, and that's where he will be knocked down. Jashawn Benjamin, as Ohio State had a handful of defenders over there to help knock him down. And at the bottom of the pile was Devin Sanchez, corner.
Well, set up a 4th and 2 for Rutgers, and no question they'll go for this one.
Yeah. With a minute 39 and counting here in the fourth quarter.
No hurry?
No, they're not in any hurry at all.
No.
And how about hats off to all of the folks that work here at the stadium, the Redcoats and all the people that we see each and every home game. They're always in a great mood, always happy to see everybody that's here. 4th and 2, Rutgers at their own 45. A.J. Surris in a shotgun. Jashawn Benjamin next to him at running back. And the handoff will go to Benjamin, going up the middle, knocked down at the Rutgers 46-yard line. Yeah, Jason Moore, lineman, makes the first contact with him, and it does appear it's short. And Ohio State will take over on downs with 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, and the Buckeyes leading 42-9 over Rutgers.
Yeah, a couple kneel downs for Ohio State. Coaches will shake hands, and then it's Michigan week.
It is, and you know what? I think we can say it right now, Jim. We haven't seen any trick or gadget plays from Rutgers today. The one from Ohio State didn't go well.
No, they tried a little throwback there on a kickoff return that got way behind James Peoples, and fortunately he was able to fall on it. And then later in that drive, he fell on a fumble that Max Clare had and recovered that one.
Ball at the Rutgers 46. Lincoln Keenholz, quarterback, will come out there. He'll be surrounded by other offensive teammates. Peoples and Donaldson and Adolph will be around him in almost a big wishbone. Keenholz will take the snap, take a knee. Players all understanding what's going on. There's no nastiness occurring up there at the line as we hit the 1 minute mark.
It looked like Drake Schiano was ready to run across the field, but then looked up and like, wait, I got to wait one more play to go shake Coach Day's hand.
Ohio State will go 11-0 against Rutgers. Remember, Rutgers' first ever game as a member of the Big Ten came in 2014 right here in Columbus at Ohio Stadium, when Kyle Flood was their head coach. 2nd and 12, Ohio State has the ball at the 48 of Rutgers. Keenholz will take another snap, take another knee, and that will pretty much take care of it as the two teams will come together and shake hands. Ohio State defeats Rutgers 42-9, and it is officially the start of Michigan week. Today's broadcast has been presented by Huntington. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
At Ohio State, we are the never afraid to innovate.